Trinidad, can't wait till I touch down at Dubai. I wanna reach for the stars, them. I really wish I could fly, but I don't have wings. If I jump off a building, I'm gonna die. I wanna come off of the Facebook, but everything's online. It's critical if you wanna make your money all in these times. Mommy don't like how my face look. She said the pressure don't rise. Mommy, I got on the tables and the system and give them a surprise. I wanna write my I wanna write my story, I wanna live my life. I don't want nobody judge me for what they think is right. I wanna get my glory, I wanna fight my fight. I wanna feel at ease every time I close my eyes at night. I wanna write my story, I wanna live my life. I don't want nobody judge me for what they think is right. I wanna get my glory, I wanna fight my fight. I wanna feel at ease every time I close my eyes at night. Cause sometimes it's boring, and sometimes it's fine. Sometimes I sit all alone in the middle of my room and cry. And sometimes it's normal, but sometimes I'm high. Sometimes I keep all the weed to myself, sometimes I hide. Every time it's lonely, I pray to the Most High. Most times he says, Rasta man, everything's gonna be alright. I'm not looking for love yet, I wouldn't risk my life to stand up and fight for something that's so hard to come by. I wanna write my story, I wanna live my life. I don't want nobody judge me for what they think is right. I wanna get my glory, I wanna fight my fight. I wanna feel at ease every time I close my eyes at night. I wanna write my story, I wanna live my life. I don't want nobody judge me for what they think is right. I wanna get my glory, I wanna fight my fight. I wanna feel at ease every time I close my eyes at night. I wanna drive in a Audi, I feel I wanna skydive. But I'm living in Trinidad, can't wait till I touch down at Dubai. I wanna reach for the stars, them. I really wish I could fly, but I don't have wings. If I jump off a building, I'm gonna die. I wanna come off of the Facebook, but everything's online. It's critical if you wanna make your money all in these times. Mommy don't like how my face look. She said the pressure don't rise. Mommy, I got on the tables and the system and give them a surprise. I wanna write my story, I wanna live my life. I don't want nobody judge me for what they think is right. I wanna get my glory, I wanna fight my fight. I wanna feel at ease every time I close my eyes at night. I wanna write my story, I wanna live my life. I don't want nobody judge me for what they think is right. I wanna get my glory, I wanna fight my fight. I wanna feel at ease every time I close my eyes at night.
Yeah, mad. No, yeah. I say about, yeah. Say about. Does it need man? I say about. Does it need man? I say about. Tired of the big man thing. Always according to your will. All along I've been trying to get back in this ring. On my call, it's not about you. Not at all, not at all, not at all, eh? Tired of the excuses, showing off your entitlement, but all that at the end, only on my call. Feel your name, man. Feel your name, man. Feel your name, man. If I choose for wine, I'm whining. You have to take it down. You can't dictate my timing. You only get it when I call. To give it, to give it, to give it, to give it to you. Say your bad. To give it to you. Say your name, man. Say your name, man. Feel your name, man. Cause your name, man. confusing. Walking around with all this clout is all I can take. But I don't know what you about. So on my call, it's time you knew. Time you know, yeah. I run the show, yeah. You now control this thing. What I want is what I do. Time you step down as king. Cause it's on my call. Yeah. When I feel to. When I feel to. If I choose for wine, I'm whining. You have to take it down. You can't dictate my timing. You only get it when I call. To give it, to give it, to give it, to give it to you. To give it to you. Say your name, man. Say your name, man. Feel your name, man. Cause your name, man. To feel like you can walk up in here with your chest up in the air. Feel your name, man. Say your bad, say your bad. Feel your name, man. Say your bad, say your bad. I bet you think that the song's all about you. No man, you ain't got a thing that I want. But you think the song's all about you. Don't waste my time, but you ain't what I want. I bet you think that the song's all about you. No man, you ain't got a thing that I want. But you think the song's all about you. Don't waste my time, but you ain't what I want.
Yes, yes, yeah, no, we don't stop. Wild boy, we don't stop. Rude boy, we don't stop. Hey, baby forward. Two's play for no Glock, me no coward. The rude boy about 2 hours. Come tell me what you want me do to you. You know see me like you. But don't know, say you watch me too. But don't see me why you. I'ma show you how the rude boy have to come true. 4-5 in my pocket. Gotta watch me, but I feel like it, I'ma drop it. The day, yeah, must play for me right and pass it to the wall, so you know we have to drop it down. Yeah, girl, I pre me. And you know me say that we have to easy. Yeah, we are the things to me. Get the punch in, boy, the rosy with the 3G. Yeah, on the block with my dog, them G, man. Pause the clock, let me show you now me right hand. The girl says she want me forms and the granny. And me a time, say me have to do it nicely. Yeah, girl, they always free me. I mean to take a handshake. Are you me want me, baby? Yeah, right on it. Girl, me want you just go by it. Yeah, yeah, right on it. Girl, me want you come take on it. Yeah, girl, now I'ma show you how to hear that. Show them here's a queen like a honey. You have to run the thing, you're the donny. And baby girl, you know I say me love it when you know you tie top shots and you looking hot. No other girl could have come test. Them girl, them best. Baby girl say yeah, you are the best. I'm if I tell you this, fuck all the rest, yeah. Real down the top shotter. Fuck with the team, you fear the damn bladder. You see how me do top striker. Fuck it all the team, now you know we have to rock that. We are the M16 pop that. The Mark 11 there on the right side. And now we have to hear the SLR. If a boy violate me, I have to send it to him order. To a maker in heaven. Mark 11 here, we send the shade to them. Bombo! Bro, that's energy! Don't play with that shit! Pop, 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 pop! Baby forward. Two's play for no Glock, me no coward. Come tell me what you want me do to you. But don't know, say you watch me too. I'ma show you how the rude boy have to come.
Premeditated. That's how you killed me, left my soul on the ground now. Red and blue lights, they know you're guilty, you got blood on your hands now. But I saw it coming. The minute you walked in, I knew I would leave with half a heart. Cause you's a bad, bad, bad liar. I knew I had it coming when you held me in your arms. Cause you's a bad, bad, bad liar. You thought you had me good, but I knew we'd fall apart. Caution ahead, that's what they told me. They all said that this ain't real. You just love my sex appeal. I never knew, how low you'd go. But we lost our control, and now we're 6 feet in the ground. And I will never forget all the words you used to sing like a pretty violin. But I saw it coming. The minute you walked in, I knew that I would leave with half a heart. Cause you's a bad, bad, bad liar. I knew I had it coming when you held me in your arms. Cause you's a bad, bad, bad.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
A subsidiary of Eastern Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited, EPL Properties Limited has been a steadfast presence since 2002. Anchoring EPL's triumphs are 5 vibrant revenue-generating business units. EPL Events. Nestled along the Eastern Main Road St. Joseph, La Jolla Complex boasts enchanting venues. From the grand Eric Williams Auditorium to the versatile Ed Garcia Gymnasium and Poolside, and the intimate courtyard and garden gazebo. EPL Properties Facilities Management Unit ensures smooth operations for medium to large businesses, custodial care, construction, and projects. Behold the gem at La Jolla, exquisite executive suites like the Opal Aqua Terra, Turquoise, and Sapphire. Discover our sporting complex, a sanctuary for health and fitness enthusiasts. Embrace activities from weightlifting to swimming. EPL Properties Limited, enhancing people's lives. A subsidiary of Eastern.
Caught in all my lies. Sometimes I just wanna cry about it. In the room with the lights off, drowning in my sadness, thinking and regretting. All I ever really asked for is honesty. For you to be just real with me. But I didn't want you to see I am guilty. Cause you couldn't please me. I am guilty. Why did I just leave? Maybe I was fine with
lies, stick ties, head in a lock with my lies. Though I leave sunrise, you will have fun times.
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. It's your island girls. I'm Crystal Jane.
I am Lex.
I am Campbell.
Woo! How you all doing today, ladies?
We are awesome.
Doing our best.
Oh, Kimber, happy to have you back, Eddie. We missed you.
Listen, last
Did
week
you all miss Kemba?
I was fighting
I've
for
missed
my
Kimber too much,
life.
so do we not have
We did.
I was,
Don't do that. Stop it.
don't do that. Don't do that, Talia.
Attack him,
No, last week was rough. Last week was tough. And I don't even feel like I've fully bounced back yet. Still a day.
You're still easing into it a bit.
Easing into it, yes. But I feel much better. Right?
Fantastic.
It's here.
We happy to have you here.
But
Most importantly.
you all know, of course, viewers and listeners out there, for me to have even considered
Yes.
not
Yes.
being here, it was a
Things bad.
Yes.
It was rough. It was rough. But that's, as we're talking with our topic of the day, and the things, you have to listen to yourself. You have to listen to your body. And body said, yeah, girl,
Take our time out.
if you want to try to be alive, it has to rest. So yeah, but I'm okay, doing my best.
Very happy
Nice,
and relieved, and all the positive feelings that could accompany it is there because you're back.
You come back in full
Oh, yeah.
force with your bright orange and things.
Only we matching. Also, we matching in hue, because we both got burnt over the weekend, right? I certainly. let me show them the extent of the damage. All you can see
Damage.
that. No, all you see and
Yes, we're seeing it.
Crystal spent some hours in the sun, right?
all you can look good with a little tan.
Right about now, I look in this camera and I trying to study what
We twinning today.
No, I am not wrong enough.
We twinning.
Well, I know what to say. Only join the chocolate train, but I don't understand.
No, we didn't. It's called KFC spicy recipe.
Not chocolate yet.
Flavor.
Okay.
Flavor. That's the color. Big up Taika Giselle. Taika Giselle was
Yes.
KFC
Ooh.
original.
Okay.
She had that hue.
Yes.
We are the KFC spicy.
Spicy.
So I need more sun in my life.
You making me feel for KFC.
Sorry.
I
No
swear,
KFC.
off the chicken all here. Ease me up. Oh,
How are you, Lex?
I'm good.
Yes, let's see.
How's your weekend?
I did not make it to the beach because then I would have been like a little Easter.
Easter egg.
Oh, yeah. A little
Yeah, but she
dark
nice.
chocolate.
Yeah, but she real nice.
We like the Easter shade.
Yes.
We love she.
But I am great.
And the week
I
so
am
far?
great. The week is going well. It's going
Nice.
well.
Oh, yo,
I cannot
yo.
complain. Yeah.
Holy things.
Niceness. What else happened this weekend, boy? I can't even recall. Oh, no, I don't want to talk that whole talk.
You
but
were down for the count for a little bit,
yes,
ma'am?
a day and a half. Listen, I don't get sick. Let me just put it out there. I don't get sick. I am always well. And if I get a little something, it doesn't last long. But I was surprised by something that happened medically, and I was like, what? How? But we got rid of that. Let me tell you all something, Al. Let me just share this little tidbit. If you all get a flu, if you all get any kind of something that results in fever and body aches, right? Get yourself 3 thick blankets. Had to be 3. 'Cause two don't cut it. Two don't cut it. Two don't cut it.
It's the conviction with the it was 3. It took
Because
me
I did
out.
it with COVID as well, and I did it this time around.
So it's definitely
And
proven.
once you get that fever, Kimber laughing, it's true. 3 very thick blankets.
Not
You
thin.
take off that AC, you take off that fan, you go and sweat, right?
Oh,
And
we
you
go
just
dead.
you make up your mind to be
nah,
hot,
boy.
and you just burrito yourself in
but
those
Chris,
3.
this-
just
no.
I'm giving you all the remedy. I am giving you all the remedy, right? You burrito yourself in those 3 blankets, and you go to sleep. And something about being very hot causes you to fall into a deep slumber,
Nah, I mean about
right?
that.
Let me tell you all, I got up around
Because we are
maybe
dying in
6,
this heat stroke. You
maybe
tell me about 3 blankets.
That's why it worked. It
Madness.
worked.
You know what,
I
Chris?
got up around 6.
Big up you.
Listen, drenched. Blankets drenched.
But fever broken.
The spot on the bed drenched. Fever gone. Body aches gone.
This what I do understand.
Sweat out the toxins.
Yeah, but in this hot spell,
Girl, I could not continue how I was feeling because when I thought back to it, it was since last week Wednesday after the show I started to feel a little something. I like to ignore things. I tend to ignore myself when it comes to health, you know. And by Thursday I realized and what?
Unimpressed
by your behavior.
Thursday, total pain. You know, I still fight and went and did my gigs and stuff.
Wrong.
But then listen to me, it works. Long story short,
how many
fever,
blankets?
body aches,
Listeners,
3
viewers out there.
thick blankets.
Not thin blanket.
thick. Go invest in 3 thick blankets.
Yeah.
Burrito yourself.
Yeah, nah, boy.
Works like a charm.
Oh, God, away.
Yeah, read the chat rooms.
Oh, gosh, I didn't even reach in the... Oh, sorry.
Oh, gosh, Oli, hello. We're not ignoring all this.
We ignoring
Sorry,
the
we get
people,
caught up.
man.
Hello, good evening. Un momento, por favor. Déjame
Is
ver.
that with Candy?
Hey,
He
Candy,
was
welcome
first.
back. She reached Henna.
Yes.
She messaged me and decided, she's like, oh my God, I missed the show.
Oh, no.
I think she fell asleep. Something happened. All right, so Candy is in here. Ed, whoever Ed is. Hello, Ed.
Ed, are you new?
Ed says
Welcome.
A.
Welcome.
Back to you.
We go take it.
Lulu, good evening.
It could be a A.
Let we go A. Let we go on this topic, Luan, this is not gentle, Luan. It's not bad. Crystal, okay, sounding far. I did get some feedback, Ananias, that Crystal and I were sounding a little soft. I hope it's a little better now.
We good now?
Of course, Fire Wolfman jumps in. Greetings and blessings to you, ladies, viewers, and everyone. 2 is too little. 1 is a waste of time. 4 is too much, but 3 is on point.
Yes,
Please,
indeed, Fire Wolfman.
encouraging and indulging.
Chris.
Big up you, Fire Wolfman.
Thank
you know what
you.
it's saying. No,
Either
but
which way,
seriously,
glad
guys,
that you're much better now.
Girl,
yeah,
thank you.
I hear you on that.
And the little dip in the salt was as burnt as I
my
got. I am
God.
so.
Listen,
something about the ocean.
The beach is healing, you know. It's just sorry, Chris.
And afraid it bad, you know.
I reached
but
much
I love it.
later than I had anticipated.
That's all right.
But it was just enough sun and just enough sand and just enough salt water. It was lovely.
I think we stayed in that water. Before Kemba came, we were in the water at least an hour. And then what we stayed in, where?
Another hour and a half. It was
about an hour and a half.
Oh,
About
wow.
2.5
It
hours
was
in the
long.
water.
It
It
was
was
Come on, like
straight.
prunes.
We were.
Yeah, proper pruning.
Okay.
Yes. Indeed.
But it was a good time. It was
needed.
necessary. Wash away. Just wash
But
it
let
away.
me tell all you the stories now.
Which stories?
Because, you know, this was before you came. So we got there having a time. The girls and I went in prior and we came out only to see a big, beautiful, fat pig. You know the kind of pig that ready for the roasted?
Just now.
That was a healthy pig,
I
boy.
was very concerned for a moment because I was like,
An
Lord, I
actual
hope it's a pig.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about an actual pig.
I was very concerned. I was like, wait, what?
An Kemba, stop it. Stop it, Kemba. I didn't see anything.
I feel like my face that make up.
Because I was like, the poor people. Listen, an actual pig. Big and fat. Sturdy. You know, muscular even. Strolling across Las Cuevas.
Healthy pig.
Yeah, that's a very healthy pig. We wonder, okay, where the pig going? Oh, this is a nice sight to see. We enjoying the visuals. Mr. Pig goes to the shoreline where all the people are and proceeds to take a deuce. Right?
Yes.
Mr. Pig takes a deuce
drops a
right where the
dookie.
people are. And then the dookie starts rolling back and forth. Rolling back and forth. Mr. Pig decides to go in a little more.
Dookie in
and
the water.
starts spewing. Urine.
Okay.
Yes.
From the other side. Spewing urine into the water. Well, I never saw so many people clear the water so quickly.
But where did the pig come from? Did the owner of
Nobody
the pig come? Okay.
Nobody knows.
Wandering
I
pig.
have to say the owner is doing a good job raising that pig though. It was.
It's
Listen,
healthy.
I don't even eat pork anymore, but I was like, that pig, if they roast that pig, I shall partake.
I shall pass it.
Ananias, behave.
I love Show. Ananias, what are you laughing at?
That is it. Only that is it.
I
We gotta
can't
start
take
over.
it.
We started
Dirty
over.
minds.
Kemba missed 1 week. Only see what has happened.
Kemba, I swear, such a healthy pig. But I mean, that was our weekend. That was the weekend, boys.
Yeah, that boy.
So nice
was the
weekend.
weekend.
Lovely, lovely weekend. You also, we got some rain today.
Yes, but
A little
not enough.
scattered, not enough.
Yeah,
Not
boy.
enough, not enough.
Well, it's scattered.
It cooled things down, I guess. But yeah, just a blanket, a thick blanket.
Blankets of rain. Kemba, you know something?
Blanket.
Yes.
Pick up your bag. Pick up your bag.
I can't tell you.
Luan is asking if you didn't bring the pig, Kemba. Did you
Remember, you didn't bring it. I didn't mean Kemba, but that's why you're laughing. You brought the pig.
Oh, I was
Kemba
not
brought the
there.
pig.
I was long, far away from the beach when
This
the
is
pig
true.
was doing his duty.
Firewolf Run is flabbergasted by your laugh. He said, wow. He said, wow. Janelle York. Good evening, ladies. Hi, Janelle.
Hello, good evening.
We promise we behave. We behave. This
We
is
try,
just
we
an
try our
anomaly.
best.
Although
Okay, so I need to just say that with everything going on right now, the more I laugh, the healthier and the better I cope. So
Girl.
it's
Tell
been
me
that
things.
kind of
we
week.
don't mind at all.
I have been out
We
of
like Happy
pocket.
Kemba.
I've been out of pocket all week at the office. The quick joke before you get into it.
Oh, Lord.
I sat down in the office this week, and y'all know the meme. There's it's a guy who's sitting in his car, and he's really just, trying to find the will to walk into his office.
Contemplating life.
Oh, shucks.
Yes, and it's the go get the money, go get the money,
Go.
go get the money. I bust out in. Go get the money. Two of my employees came up to me and they're like, hi, is everything okay? I said, allow me this space, please, lovely ladies.
I
I'm
can
fine.
center myself.
I am fine, but sometimes I have to push,
Yes.
push.
Push. Yeah,
We understand.
I'm all about the pushing.
No problem.
Whew. All right, yeah, that was it.
Right? So, of course, guys, before we get into it, we want to remind you all, we love when you all participate with us. And, we hear from you all, give us your 2 cents, that kind of thing. Our phone is out of commission at the moment. So if you want to talk to your girls, you could call us at 689-1448. 689-1448.
Okay.
Right? If you want to talk, it's been a while since you all talked to us. Right? However, we do have a little giveaway today. We are going to be giving away some nice prizes for the next 3 weeks. We gave one away last week to She Leaves, a.k.a. Dana, right? Big up you.
Yay, Dana.
And this week is no different, of course. And all you have to do is during the Sip and Spill segment when we're asking each other those lovely questions.
Oh, good. I have
Right?
some questions for them too.
Oh, Lord.
You can't choose any questions. Are we giving only which question?
All you have to do is answer that chosen question. And you're going to win yourself a Caribbean hamper. A beautiful Caribbean hamper filled with Caribbean goodies.
It's the drama.
Right? It's
It's a drama
heavy.
for us.
It's
So
so
what we
heavy.
have in here is we have Caribbean, of course. We have a beautiful picnic spread, meaning not a food spread, but
No,
an
no.
actual
blanket.
blanket.
A blanket.
Right? No, it's semi-thick. Yes.
You could
Right?
use it if you get a fever.
Right, exactly. I cannot. You have a speaker, right? So you can play your
Bluetooth?
little music, Bluetooth speaker. Bring out the
Hey.
speaker box, right?
Mash up
Right,
the
play your
speaker
music, mash up all that jazz. In the godmother, right? And then
A charcuterie board?
a charcuterie board.
We do have that.
Is
To chop up your
cuter
cheese
indeed.
and lay out your crackers and your sausages and all that jazz.
From the pig on the
and a nice bottle opener to open your Caribbean.
Right.
You understand?
I like that.
So we lay out
Some
the
nice
whole
goodies.
the whole picnic for you in the
Yes,
basket.
not to
Yes.
mention all that it comes in is beautiful,
Basket.
sturdy,
That looking around
cooler.
nice.
All here.
Oh, is that cooler?
It
That's a
is a
basket. We're
cooler.
sorry.
Right? So even if you throw away
It's
a little something, it's not
multi-purpose.
going to leak. You know what I'm saying?
Multi-purpose.
It's water resistant
Love
and all that jazz. It's quite big. I feel I want one,
I was about to say run
feel I want
the things, Chris.
We might have to get for we.
Thanks.
All right. So of
Merry
course,
Christmas.
tune in to Sip and Spill. We're gonna be asking some questions. We're gonna let you know which question we want you to answer. The first one in the chat group,
Yeah.
right, to respond to the question
Don't be
will
shy.
win. First come, first serve. right? So you answer the sip and spill question, you're gonna get a Caribbean hamper. All right, lovely.
I'm going to be very out of pocket on purpose.
Oh Lord,
with those questions.
With the question?
Okay.
We love that.
To be increase
All right.
the other raise the stakes.
Yeah. Can't
And
be too
guys,
easy.
continue to like and share the lives. We like when you like it. Mainly like it up. Because, you know, people come and watch after and all that jazz. That's all good. But like the live.
Please.
All right? Like it. Okay? Cool. What are we talking about today, y'all?
We're talking about.
Feeling attacked by this one. Attack myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
attack
attack yourself.
yourself.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen
I was like, I
of
ain't
the
say no
viewership.
word. Let me see if they go like it.
Ladies and gentlemen of the viewership, Crystal does this to herself all the time.
All the time. Every
and
week.
then we sit and we come and we discuss. She's get dragged by her scalp.
Bye.
Right? Dragged down Charlotte Street.
She love it.
And yet
At this
still,
point.
yeah, it has to be that. So,
It's about being authentic. We had to talk this thing.
but of
Yeah.
course,
Even
I'm
if
not
it's dropping your
upset at all.
gun. You know what I'm
Plant
saying?
it. Plant it.
So,
Hit them.
so
What is
today's
it?
topic is reasons why you should be gentle with others. Let me repeat that. Reasons why, look at my face. Reasons why you should be gentle with others. And also we're going to touch on how to be gentle with
How
others.
to be gentle.
I think this is a needed topic. It is a needed topic because we could all tend to be a bit rough with one another, sometimes unwittingly.
You hear that,
You know what
Luan?
I'm saying?
You hear that? Who?
All right.
Lulu,
and
we serious?
and
No, I'm
you
not.
know, we
Oh,
say
okay,
it all the time. We preach it. You don't know what somebody might be going through, and da 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 da. But when the time comes where you're truly tested, we tend to fail big time, miserably. You know, and it ain't cool. You know,
I get some better.
it ain't cool. I would like to say I get better, but
So you know,
some
you're-
recent events caused me to doubt myself.
So you're saying we know the theory, but sometimes
We
we
know
just
the
forget to put it
theory.
in practice.
Putting it into
Uh-huh.
practice is
Is the hard part.
Is the doozy.
Like
Okay.
everything
You know.
else in life. But hold on, before we jump in, we want to pause for a cause and come back.
Oh yes,
Yes, yes.
Well, yeah. Time
First-
fairy got
first
out.
act.
See, this is why I miss her. Time fairy things.
She's do the things.
All right, so guys, we're gonna take another quick break. Of course, it's 6:34, right? And come right back in. We're gonna deep dive into today's topic. All right, keep it locked. The topic is reasons why you should be gentle
why
with
be
others.
gentle, right? And
Right?
how?
And how
we
to be
always gonna give you the how to, y'all. So
Absolutely. All right.
don't go place.
Keep it locked right here to Island Girl Talk on our radio.fm.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
A subsidiary of Eastern Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited, EPL Properties Limited has been a steadfast presence since 2002. Anchoring EPL's triumphs are 5 vibrant revenue-generating business units. EPL Events, nestled along the Eastern Main Road St. Joseph, La Jolla Complex boasts enchanting venues. From the grand Eric Williams Auditorium to the versatile Ed Garcia Gymnasium and Poolside, and the intimate courtyard and garden gazebo. EPL Properties Facilities Management Unit ensures smooth operations for medium to large businesses, custodial care, construction, and projects. Behold the gem at La Jolla, exquisite executive suites like the Opal Aqua Terra, Turquoise, and Sapphire. Discover our sporting complex, a sanctuary for health and fitness enthusiasts. Embrace activities from weightlifting to swimming. EPL Properties Limited, enhancing people's lives.
something to ease my mind and fight. Feelings kinda shifty, healing taking time. But the mood on my mind, on my heart inclined. Things take time. And I just want to wrestle. Take it nice and slow to ease the stress. Yeah. Sometimes I don't feel to get off. I keep my eyes on high, I'll touch the sky. Yeah. Got the moon on my mind, on my heart inclined. The moon on my mind, on my heart inclined. I just want to wrestle. Take it nice and slow to ease the stress. Yeah. Sometimes I don't feel to get too. Keep my eyes on high, I'll touch the sky. Yeah. The moon on my mind. The moon on my mind. The moon on my mind, on my heart inclined. Yeah.
We are back, guys. We're back with more show for you guys. It's your Island Girls. I'm Crystal Kane.
I am Lex.
I am Kemba Joe.
And today we're going to just dive into it. Get right into it. Reasons why you should be gentle with others. This is a topic for me. I don't know about all you. A topic for me.
Why you think
A work in progress.
Why be gentle with others, Chris?
You have to be gentle with others. You don't know what. You just have to be. You know what I mean? You don't want to, if you got to on the side of gentleness, because you might react some particular way with someone today. And it might be a let it slide kind of vibe. They might let it slide. And then next day you act the exact same way and that person blows up at you and goes down or goes for your jugular. Capri after. And you are stuck wondering, what the heck did I do? You know what I mean? You just don't know what a business is going through.
Right.
Simple. You know? So you know what? Choose gentleness all the way. And this is not to be confused with kindness, right? There's a difference, but we'll get into that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to say I feel attacked by this topic, but I do feel like it is in my garden.
Okay.
Right? Hence why we're talking about it today. You dig?
Okay. All right, my darling.
So what does gentleness mean to you all, first and foremost?
Well, I mean, to go back to the why, as soon as you said why be gentle, I was like, because it's in the Bible, us.
Some people don't believe in the Bible.
Understood.
Yes.
But
So,
at the same time, for those of anyone who I'll say believes in a higher being, there's something written in whatever book you might prefer to follow or prescribe to. And just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm just scrolling. Different mentions of gentleness.
In the Bible.
Correct is right. Correct is right.
Yes.
So you can see the importance from
You
right there.
you can. I mean, not to get all preachy, but you know, this comes out of 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 11. But you, man of God, flee from all this and pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, endurance, and gentleness. Ephesians
I love
4,
that you just quoted the Bible.
Be
Thank you.
completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Like, you think about it, fruits of the spirit. Like, you could go that route,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Or you could go the route of the more spiritual, and they talk about gentleness and kindness, reaping good karma, if that's the belief that you have. So, for me, why be gentle? I mean, one can really align oneself with the good book, or that's their ticket into heaven. I don't believe that. I don't choose to be gentle because of that. I choose to be gentle and I choose to be kind because it takes more strength and more courage to be gentle and kind.
Yes.
It really is to get violence, you know.
Yeah.
I know you know.
You can feed into that very easily.
I have to say I am proud of myself. Campbell, you know. Thank you. I tried, didn't I?
Un aplauso.
Went
You
through a
did.
thing.
You did.
And I handled it like
You did?
so differently than
Then how you normally
Yeah.
would?
Polly girl grew. Look at me growing, boy.
Un aplauso, y'all.
I really did handle
the struggle
it.
bus. She came off the struggle bus a little bit.
Yeah. There's more to tell you, but favorable,
So
of
it
course.
go. Okay. What about you,
Favorable.
Lex?
I feel it's easier for me to swallow sometimes just being gentle with people.
What do you mean by that?
Meaning it sits better within myself than to constantly be like on edge and choose to be angry about something. Sometimes the gentle route is just so much softer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I find
it
too
feels
when
better.
it feels better for you, and then it causes people to be better, because when someone now comes at you with the rah rah rah, right, and you react with the let's fix this, you know, no problem. As they give you a rah, you hit them back with a it's all right. Another rah, it's like we'll make it better.
No,
and then eventually they start to feel some type of way, and they start to feel stupid, and then they start to apologize.
I actually feel like some people will find a way to keep provoking and pushing, and that's when the violence has come out.
And
so
that's where you have to have
ignoring.
boundaries. Yes,
Or you can ignore, you know.
and not ignoring no more and swallowing that.
no, the boundaries are important.
I calling it out, telling it out loud if I need to. But
let me
you could do so gently. Sorry, Chris.
Indeed. No. But let me tell people exactly what it means to be gentle, right? I just want to give you all that proper definition. So being gentle really is the opposite of being cruel. It means you don't have to feel the urge to be aggressive all the time or filled with arrogance or bravado at a situation, especially if you feel like you're the one being taken advantage of, or you're the one being slighted. You know, you don't have to always react like that. In a sense, being gentle means taking a step back from a stressful situation, assessing it, and readdressing it later, or maybe in the moment, with the correct feelings and intentions aimed at the outcome that you would like to see, which is usually a quelling of the negativity.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It means taking time out to evaluate what truly matters to you as well, and for the better outcome, what also taking into consideration what matters to the other person and trying to marry the two to a favorable outcome.
Okay.
So basically, gentleness or a gentle approach is key in conflict resolution.
Yes, it is. Right?
That is if you desire to truly deepen relationships or mend relationships. That's an important component.
Right. Absolutely.
If you really don't care, then, you know, it's different. But
of course.
You do
and as I mentioned
care,
before, gentleness is not to be confused with kindness, right? Because kindness depicts more of an action. You're kind to someone, you do something to ease whatever they're going through in the moment. It's literally an action, an act. But gentleness is more a method of, how you manage a situation to de-escalate whatever is happening.
Yes. State of being. Yeah.
So I guess maybe they're interconnected.
So gentleness is more method. What is the word
the
I'm
method,
looking for?
methodology of
as
it,
opposed
the
to
approach.
kindness, which is an act, as Lick said.
Gotcha.
I just
so that's the difference between the two.
Okay, let me just say some things in the chat real quick while we're thinking. And, So, Luan said, Campbell, listen.
Yes, I'm listening.
No, she said listen. That's it.
Yes. When I called her name.
Yes, correct. Then Fire Wolfman said, I'd hope to believe that my default setting is gentle. But will next week's topic be reasons why you should be rough with others?
Yes.
Because sometimes.
But Joe, there's a writer down moment.
Fire Wolfman. We're choosing violence. We're choosing violence, and I like that because sometimes people feel that because you're gentle and you're tame and you're calm and you're quiet.
And that is what Luan came after and said. At
psychic.
what point do you stop being gentle?
I mean,
so the boundaries.
I think it's easy to see. I mean, for lack of a better term, they're taking you for FOOL.
Fully defense.
You know, and you realize that no matter what you do, like, it's obvious to see if somebody is taking advantage of it, right? Because they'll take the kindness or the gentleness for weakness.
Right.
You try to fix the situation, they hit you with something else, they're taking jabs, you might get insulted, and you're actively not going to join them on that level, you know, and they keep doing and they keep after a while you realize, you know what, roughness with you then.
Right.
As my grandmother would say, you can only understand cow language. You know, when all the time you're pulling the cow.
Yes.
The cow not moving for anything. The minute you give them that hot branded stoke.
We on the ark
Noah's
because
Ark.
it was pig.
First was the pig. Now it's the cow.
Right?
I'm making notes. No, but facts. No, facts.
Yeah. And the minute you poke them with that hot branded poker or stoke or whatever you call it, then they move.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
I've been nice to you the whole time.
It is true. You never tell a lie.
I was really thinking about it, Chris, what you said, you know, that gentleness and kindness are not the same. But they definitely are interconnected.
They
because
are friends, cousins.
Very good friends. I feel like I could be gentle in my approach and somehow still not be kind in my actions.
That is true. That is
so I taking a step back. I want to be calm. I want to be all these different things. And then what I actually say and do would not be kind.
Do you know who could be people that could seem to be that
I
way?
need a scenario
people who are
after
passive
Cam's.
aggressive.
That is a good...
People who are passive aggressive can actually be very gentle in their methodology, but in their action,
it hurts, right? Or narcissism also came to mind.
Correct.
Manipulation
Yes,
also came to mind because it's like, well, no, I'm going to be the bigger person. I'm going to be gentle. Look how gentle I am with you, but yet still the words that you're using are poisonous.
Fighting words.
Or hurtful, or as Crystal said, you know, going for the jugular. So it's not about rah 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 all the time. It could very well be just a facade. And people get it confused all the time.
I'm feeling so triggered right now.
I am so sorry.
This is literally...
She did not.
She's sweating all you.
It's a glisten.
No, but for real,
you see it too, right? It's not just me.
I don't know if it's that you're talking about. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Not doing that right now. Sorry, Lex.
No.
So I really feel like they can both they cohabitate. They're cousins, right? Bosom buddies. The kindness and the gentleness.
Yes.
But I almost feel like the amount of strength that it takes to be both kind and gentle. Gentle parenting. These children don't gentle children. For those of us that may lead others, for those of us that may work with people, you could be as calm and as gentle and as kind as you want, and then people go in and be
the most. Doing the most, yes.
What do you do then? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you could be gentle, right? But still unkind in all of those situations.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Chris?
I just find like I'm applying this to myself, obviously, maybe because it's still a little raw. I just find that if you are showing in all aspects that you are trying to manage emotions, not just yours, but theirs, and you're trying all how to do the right thing, do right by them, all of that, and it's still not working out, you walk away. You ignore. You understand?
You leave it for a bit.
I won't even bother with the
as you will
unkind.
step back, right?
Yes.
Step back. I won't. At this point, this is evolved Crystal, evolving Crystal. I wouldn't engage in the, well, screw you, I don't give a shit anymore, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to now explain to you what you already know that you're doing. You're doing it. You must know.
I beg to differ. Not all people know.
But what about instances where the person does know?
Then that's
and
different.
And you know that they know.
Well, and that's different. And then you can choose it. But I just disagree on making a generalized statement. I never believe that people always know what they're doing.
Even when it is obvious and staring them in their faces that you are doing. No, because I believe in meeting people at their level when you're communicating with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not, yes to me, but if I know that I need to address you, treat with you, speak to you in a certain way for you to understand what I'm saying, then you should know. Okay. Because I'm explaining it at that level where you know and should understand.
I could be very facetious and say
Be facetious.
Some people's lack of self-awareness keeps
That
them from
always keeps them.
truly seeing. You could explain till you blue in the face. But they don't want to see it. They're not going to see it, no matter how many times, how gently, how kindly, or how violently you may choose to approach the situation.
It's the choice. They
Like,
just choose.
I could feel your brain. Go ahead.
They just choose to not hear you. It's not that they can't understand. That is a choice. They're just not going to bend. They're not going to agree with what you're saying, and they just choose, and you have to accept it at some point.
Exactly.
You accept it
That
and you
was
step
my
back.
point. So
You
either
just
way,
give them their space to do what they
yes.
have to do.
Either way,
step
you
back.
walk away, you ignore. And I like to ghost people. I find it is so effective. And I know it's not always the healthiest thing to do, but that is like my last resort. When I have exhausted all other options, I ghost you. You will
Block, delete everything?
never hear from me again.
Okay.
You will see me. I don't block either.
Okay.
Right? Not in very rare instances you would find me blocking someone, right? So you'll still see me on social media, but my life goes on. And it's almost like you never existed. That drives people insane. And it doesn't matter how much you call. You're hearing that, right?
Yep.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break and be right back.
Yep.
Baby, make me laugh, make me grin, like a going crazy. There's the energy when you're in the room, I can feel it buzzing. I just want to hug up something. Oh God, what a blissful feeling.
When you left for a while, I couldn't take the pain. Couldn't feel nothing real, nothing tastes the same.
Now you come back home and you're loving me like a blessed rain.
I don't want to lose this feeling. Oh Lord, be free again.
I'm craving your day and night, oh baby, I say day and night. I'm craving your day and night, oh baby, I say day and night. You taste like a cook up from the country with peas and rice. Don't make me hold back, don't want to do that. Don't make me hold back, don't want to do that. Don't make me crave you, baby, all night. Don't make me have all these urges to fight. Don't make me hold back, don't want to do that. Don't make me hold back, don't want to do that. This is love, this is bliss, I can't get enough. I enjoy doing this, I don't want to stop.
So let the music play, we go dance away till the morning, baby. I just want to jump up with you. Oh God, we happy lately.
I'm craving your day and night, oh baby, I say day and night. I'm craving your day and night, oh baby, I say day and night. You taste like a cook up from the country with peas and rice. Don't make me hold back, don't want to do that. Don't make me hold back, don't want to do that. Don't make me crave you, baby, all night. Don't make me have all these urges to fight. Don't make me hold back, don't want to do that. Don't make me hold back, don't want to do that. Don't want to hold back, don't make.
All right, guys, we're back. Apologies for that abrupt break. But, you know, three ladies in a space,
Yeah,
we're hearing a
safety
little
first.
something. Safety comes first, so we had to go check out the scene. Make sure that we're good, doors are locked and all that jazz. All right? You'll know the country we live in, boy. Woo.
Right? Right.
All seems well.
It's an easy, all is well.
We'll go find out.
Right? So where did we leave off, ladies? We were talking about
ghosting.
ghosting.
I
and when it
can't
becomes
ghost.
necessary.
Because if I've put a boundary and I've said to you, the way that you've done this has impacted me in this way, after that, and I give you the invitation now to work with me, and you choose not to, me stepping away is not ghosting. Because I've made it very clear. Hi, hello. Hi, hello. This is not okay. This is how your actions impact me. And if this continues, these are my steps.
Right.
Oh, so you will pre-warn them.
It's not a pre-warning. It's communication.
Literally having a discussion.
It's literally inviting and saying, listen, I care about our interactions. I care about the way that we get on, right? So I'd like to give you the opportunity for us to work things through. And that's where the boundary setting comes in, and that's gentleness. That's gentleness and using kind words. And if after that you still choose or are still not able to or prefer not to, or you say one thing and your actions line up, then at that point, should I go and walk away, I'm not ghosting, because it was very clear, hey, hi, hello. If this continues, this is the outcome.
Right.
And then it's up to me to see when that moment is going to come. I'd rather come back and tell you, well, licks, I tell you about this 3 times and da. But I could.
So let me clarify. I think for me, what Kemba just explained is for me, that is what ghosting is, except I know Kemba would have said, explained her position and all that jazz, so that when she does make a departure, the person knows what's
they
up.
are aware.
But with me, I do think that I make things so clear up front, like over time, that when it becomes so glaring to the both of us that you on folly, I'm not gonna
have another conversation about it.
Gone, just gone.
But that is not ghosting.
That's what I mean.
Because
that's how it. I think. Well, for me, that's how. I've gone ghosting. No more explanation. No more nothing. It's over.
I guess for me, the way that I interpret the ghosting would be no communication about there even being a problem to begin with.
Oh,
sorry. So when you said ghosting, I went to the typical definition.
There must be.
To me, that is what that is. Yeah.
That's right. So
no
we basically saying the same thing. We had a conversation. It's obvious that I'm trying to rectify. You don't want to rectify. You want to lash out.
Yeah.
I'm not a punching bag. There would come a point where I was like, all right, I'm not getting through to you when we're not seeing eye to eye. That's it. And I'm not even gonna make an exit or say, okay, I'm gonna go now. No, it's just like once I do this, once I okay, and that's it.
Yeah,
you will start to doubt whether we even knew somebody named Crystal before. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's
Makes
literally
sense.
how I move, and. When I get to that point, there's no coming back
from it.
I mean, I understand, because at some point you have to choose to protect yourself. You have to choose you. You just can't be going around and around in circles. And again, using the word boundaries, that is where the boundaries come in. Yeah.
But in a couple of the articles and stuff as prepping, it does talk about having firm boundaries.
Yeah.
Creating boundaries. So it talks about if you know your limits and are prepared to uphold them, gentleness might be your greatest asset. Knowing where your boundaries lie gives you security. It gives you a sense of safety and calm. While being forceful, the boundary enforcement can be gentle. Again, and that's the whole, I'm going to tell you, hello there, person, this is what's important to me. And when you do this, this is the impact. Can we be okay? And then you say, oh, well, I'll probably do it again. And if you may not say it with those words, but your actions will show that you do it again, that's my opportunity to then either, I'll say ghost, but make that very clear distinction and say, nah, thanks for coming out with my actions. Or again, it all depends on the level of investment in the relationship or the interactions with the person, what you feel like you might need to gain. I think a lot of people use this word boundaries as a way to really isolate and put up walls. But it's the clarity with which it's communicated. So after that, all of those things, I think we're talking about the same thing, just different sides of it. Then you put up your boundaries, and that's gentle, because it's not I tell you, it's like I told you from the beginning, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm willing and able to tolerate. Anything outside of that, I don't have room for it. That's gentle. That's gentle, using words that are not passive aggressive, use all of those things. So whether you walk away with or without an announcement, what happened before that time? So I feel like that is why we kind of talked about why we should be gentle. Just to recap, I guess.
Yes.
It's in the good book, right?
It's in the good book.
Chris, you mentioned you don't know what somebody's going through.
Yes.
Right? Was there something else that we missed?
Yes, there's a couple interesting ones, and I want to call them like considerations. Like, what are some considerations or some things that we should consider right? That should result in us being gentle. Let me phrase that better. So someone is acting aggressive or passive aggressive towards you, right? Before you make the choice to become, offended by that and all that jazz and react
and meet them where
right?
they are.
There are certain considerations that one should take.
Okay.
Right? And a couple of them jumped out at me. Right? Because I find like I sometimes do that, and some people tell me, Crystal, don't beat down on yourself that much because it mightn't be like that. But in the past, like certain things have been said in how I would have handled certain situations. And so one of my works in progress is to be less abrasive, right? So one of the considerations that I was thinking of is you should be gentle with someone if you're not sure if you're the storm in their life. You understand?
Okay.
So you might be Kemba Joe, you might just be you. You are a confident woman, an articulate woman. Look, she start with the hair flip. I can't take her. Do the hair flip and done. Yes, I. Very subtle. Very nuanced.
It's my waves. My
beach waves?
my beach
Right.
waves. I want to be gentle with them. You see.
So, I mean, whereas people like me and you, Lex, would appreciate something like that in a woman, right? Generally, especially for the purposes of what we're doing here.
Right.
Kemba is an asset. This is what we would love. Right? Did you smirk?
You're making me blush.
Did you smirk?
I'm blushing. I'm blushing. Oh my God.
But typically, unfortunately, I mean, I'm sad to say, but in other circumstances, that might be frowned upon because someone else might be, how to put it, threatened by this or feel upstaged by this, one-upped by this,
Right.
and not choose it as a chance to rise to the occasion or up their game. Instead,
As a strength,
they
yes.
become, resentful toward Kemba Joe.
Right.
So just by
reading
being
book of my
Kemba,
life.
so let's talk about a woman like that. So just by being Kemba, that woman is annoyed. She's not doing anything particularly wrong,
Existing.
but just
Being awesome.
existing. But it
Unicorn.
annoys that woman. Kemba Joe is now the storm in that person's
Right.
life. So now Kemba
I
is
get
like,
it.
why is this woman always so mean to
And
me?
she's
Why
totally
is
unaware.
she always talking to me this way and it's not
Oh, no, I'm not
warranted?
doing that no more.
That kind of thing. So
Because I guess I see that I could be the storm in lots of people's lives, and therefore
so you won't be gentle with this person.
I
is
just
what you're
won't.
saying.
I won't even interact.
But whatever interaction is necessary, inevitable, all that jazz.
Absolutely professional and polite. Keep it
Corporate
pushing.
Kemba.
Corporate Kemba. Keep it pushing.
And corporate Kemba doesn't necessarily have to be gentle Kemba.
No, corporate gentleness and
Interesting.
kindness is who I am. It's who it is. I don't want to say it's my brand, but it is in. I try for it to be in everything that I do. So even if it's someone and I realize that I'm the storm in their life, unintentionally so, and I recognize what that is, we keep it cute. We keep it classy. We keep it sassy.
Right.
No sassy.
No sassy.
We keep it cute, we keep it classy, and we keep pushing. And so it will always be that, so you won't be able to see, or at least I try my best for every interaction to be as polite and professional as possible.
So the person will get gentle, they will get kind, but they will not get extra care that somebody else may get.
Yeah, because you don't care about me.
Correct. So I
Because
get it.
you don't care about me. You've made it known by your energy, by your skin up face, by your underhanded comments,
Right.
that, as Crystal said, the considerations to be kind. Now I am, or gentle, them thing to bother me, if you understand, because that will be me regardless.
Right.
Who you and those out there viewing, listening, who you get in this space is who you get in other spaces, every other space. And that's because kindness is what I strive to be always. Not because of any other reason, but because that's what I choose to be. Because I'm kind and I'm gentle with myself first. You cannot give to people what you do not have within
Right.
yourself.
Good point.
Now,
Lex, yeah. I was feeling henna. I'm feeling the brain. Hold on, Chris. Lex trying to talk. I'm feeling the brain going. Tell us, ask us.
That you just spoke about, the authenticity part of it, because you said being gentle, being kind is literally who I am. It just reminded me because it was like the first point on one of the articles in how to be gentle. You said who you get here is who you will get in each space.
Yes.
And that very first thing was to smile. When you see Kemba, she smiles. You get
most
times.
Most times.
Most times, not when she's tired.
If
not after a long
she's
day.
tired and you give her a little sweet talk, she will smile.
I realize that.
It's true.
Kemba is a sucker for compliments.
She is.
I realize
Give her a
that.
little sweet.
Yeah.
As blush easy.
So it's simple
a nice
things.
quality.
It's simple things within persons. You're able to realize that that's actually who they are.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Okay. Yeah.
So my point in bringing that up is I found like the point of being the storm in someone's life.
Yeah.
I find that whenever I encounter someone that is being mean or mean-spirited toward me for no clear-cut reason, I always try to figure out if I'm the problem. If like I try to go down the timeline from when I met them to now to see where something would have gone wrong.
Right.
And if I can't find that, right? I mean, if I find it, then fine, I could address that. I'll go straight for that and be like, is it because of such and such? And then they get to express themselves and we quell it. However, if I cannot find what it is at all, right? And this is not some long, arduous process. It's usually like a quick 2-minute, 3-minute run through in my mind, flip through, and it's like, well, what could it be?
Okay.
There is nothing that exists. Then I have to now think, well, maybe you don't have to be doing anything. Maybe they just want to be that way. I give them the chance. I have a conversation. If we can't have a conversation, that's it. We're bounce. What are you thinking? What are you about? Talk to me.
There's no possible way to ever know everything about everything.
True.
And therefore, the whole, not that it's a bad thing to go through and say, okay, did I do something, in the sense of checking yourself, especially if there's a tendency to be a certain way. But even then, you could never know what's happening in that person's world.
I think it's just to clear my conscience.
Well, there you go. And that's okay too.
That I am not
But even then,
the issue here.
what you may, and the is just perspective, because we may never be able to know the pain that we cause others, especially when it's unintentional. It's one thing if it's intentional.
Especially when it's unintentional.
But when it's unintentional, and I was telling you this the other day, what may seem like an inflamed response or an exaggerated response is something more beneath the surface. And it's sometimes an innocent thing that you have done, being yourself or showing up in a way that makes people feel insecure in themselves. You could never know. And therefore, the work that it takes, the mental work and output that it takes, and what if.
Literal overthinking.
Exactly. Exactly. Whereas I think being kind and gentle as a raison d'être, just a way of being, or the reason for being, it automatically clears your name. So you know that you are as kind and gentle all the time.
All the time.
Therefore, and it's not the performative kind and gentle.
Right.
It's kind of like that overthinking piece doesn't happen. You don't have to, it's not a consideration for being gentle just because you're the storm in someone else's life. That's their storm. That's their storm. You can only be authentically you. So, yeah. Lex, what else you have about how to be? So
how to be gentle.
Have a smile?
Smile.
Okay.
That was like the first thing.
Smiling really makes people feel
It
good.
opens them up. Yes, it does open them up. I think that a very important one was listen willingly. So we listening, we're not hearing, we listening. And we're doing it not because we feel like we must, but because we really want to understand why the person may feel how they feel or what may have triggered them, etc. It's really a root in what gentleness would be or what it would look like.
Yeah.
And being kind to someone as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I get what you mean by that. So you're listening again, I'm feeling real Bible-ish today, boys.
Take the things.
You St. Francis of
Believers on
Assisi.
this
That's
program.
that I actually had in mind. But you're listening to understand. You're not listening to just give a response, or you're listening openly, not being defensive, just so that you could counteract the point.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that. You know how some people just listen, and in their mind they done planning what my response going to be.
Child.
You said don't impose your will yet?
No, I didn't.
I like that one.
Yes, I like that.
That's
one.
how to another way of how to be gentle.
Another way of how to be gentle with people. Don't impose your will on them, or impose how you feel they should react and shove it down their throat. The worst thing you can tell a person is how to feel.
Don't
or how you think they should
from other people.
Don't do it.
That's why my unicorn status is sealed and approved. Because but how they could do and how
free will is a thing. It really is a thing.
They did. And how and why and I mean, as a reformed How and why. But how this person could and why this person would. What they are is what they are, and what they feel is what they feel. And the most I could do is hold space for those feelings, especially when I disagree with it.
Yeah.
That right there,
I feel like a very, very rough one for many people is not to raise your voice.
Hey.
And we're not talking about just volume. We're talking about
just
tone.
check and make sure.
Check and make sure
that's
right. You're trying to take my wig off, or what's going on?
So it's like everything
That's a difficult one for me,
that affects your voice, the pitch, the tone, the volume. It's very hard when you are aggravated or very emotionally charged to keep your tone on one level. We understand it is, but it is definitely part of being.
But it feels good when you have accomplished it.
Yes.
Like when you have accomplished what, staying
calm, keeping your tone in check, your levels in check, your volume levels, I mean.
But
but when you accomplish it,
you see, you could keep it in tone and thing, but actually be fighting very wild.
How so?
Cambodia.
That one is for you. Okay, never mind. The minute you said Cambodia, I knew what you meant.
It's a good thing this is all mine. It's a good thing.
Because she will give you that silky voice. And it's a both you get
that laugh again.
Right? So I feel like that is a very important one as well.
Indeed.
I was waiting for you because you start off with the shouting thing, and I was like,
there's no camera.
You want me to shout because when I shout, it's emotionally charged when I shout. You see, when I bring down the tone by the sound,
and you get the extra velvet.
And you get the extra velvet. Run,
Give us an example.
Nah, can't do that.
You gotta earn it.
It might also, and I think what happens is that it confuses people.
Right.
Because it sounds so sultry. They're like, what am I feeling right now?
It's time for me to go to Star Broadcasting.
Right? This is not from Star. This is not a product of Star. This is not.
That's just you.
That's just me. So the soft, and I'm reflecting on, I'm trying to think of one of the most recent moments where I was like, I wanted to just, and I calmed myself down, and I literally said, like I get, you could almost feel the stoniness in my energy, because that's me beginning to shut down.
Right.
And I literally said, I can't remember exactly what it was I said. I said, barely, I think
barely audible.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go now. I think I'm gonna go now. Just down there. Listen, run for the hills, Run for the hills. My son knows. He knows when I drop that and I say, little boy, come here. Okay, mommy. I said,
frighten the poor child.
My mother is like, she's like, Jesus, she whispering all this. She's whispering.
That's what your mom says. Oh,
yes.
Lord.
That's when you know I am, And again, gentleness, because in my mission is to be as calm and composed as possible. But them venom in them words, I'll get you together real quick.
I have a couple more that I want to touch on, but one
Lex
is
was about to go in the chat. Hold on.
Oh, were you?
Yes, because we have a backup
Hey,
here.
Colin, here, boy.
Colin,
Up above though.
in the dance. Yeah.
Hey, Colin. Hey, friends.
So Candy, oh gosh, we have a lot.
Oh,
Candy
gosh,
said she loves the distinction between kindness and gentleness. Yes, we do.
So
Luan, we said, yeah, they chose to be that way. That's when she chooses violence. I totally get you. And I guess Fire Open was concerned, but we are good, yes.
Yes, all is well.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
He mentioned that he loves that Marge Blackman and lyrical song.
Song in the background or local. That's what we do here.
Luan said, I choose violence. Say what is on my mind and bye, Felicia.
Lou, you're missing.
That is
Lou, you have to go back and watch this on the beginning.
And true.
You're missing
She
it.
not mixing, no matters.
You didn't get the point, Lulu. You had to try again.
All right.
Colin says, good night, ladies. Late, but I reach.
That's all right.
Hi, Colin. We're happy to have you regardless, my darling. And Luan said, but you have to know the smiler. Yes, this is true. For Campbell. Some smiles, you know when she's upset.
It's true.
And of course, Luan thrives being the storm in people's lives. Yes.
Yeah. No, Luan, this is, you had to go back and watch it a couple
She
times.
missed the point,
baby.
but we will have another episode for Luan. Just for you.
Right? I'll put together a little package, a little PowerPoint, and we'll have to go through these points again. So but no, the smile is true, you know.
So time for everything. We're coming down to the end of it, but I do want to touch briefly.
We're still in good time.
No, we have our lady waiting for us.
Yes,
very well.
Indeed. So I do want to touch on just a couple. Constructive criticism, right? When you're explaining what it is that is, bothering you about the situation, whatever, try to veer away from the you do this and you do that, and it's you, blah, 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 but more like we've said this before in previous episodes, more I feel.
Right.
More like I feel such and such when you do such and such. Or I feel like I'm not heard, or I feel like you don't appreciate what I'm saying when you say things like that. It takes the edge off, a lot. It really does work. And the other one, it's not here, but it's not listed here, but I saw it online and I find it would work swimmingly in this instance when you're trying to be gentle. Someone tells you, Lex, U.R, or what I didn't like when you did or blah blah blah. Yes and statements works like a charm. You understand? So it does not mean, so the typical response would be like, what do you mean I don't do this or I don't do that? And you try to refute what they say. But if you give a yes and statement, it does not make them feel like, it doesn't disregard how they're feeling, but it get, like Kemba would say, it holds space for how they're feeling, but it still allows you to give your perspective.
That was a Simon Sinek.
Yes, it was
Simon
an
Sinek.
Asian person.
I can't remember, but I could have sworn it was a Simon Sinek thing, and that pretty much helps to get through conflict.
Yes.
It's a yes and.
So, Crystal, I find like you're a little rough sometimes. Yes. And that's something I'm actively working on, but sometimes it's needed in certain instances. Okay. Blah, 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 blah.
Not yes, but yes
right.
and.
But yes and.
No, it's not no
so
but.
acknowledgement.
Acknowledgement, but space to also give your perspective.
Yeah.
Like it a lot.
Yeah, that's definitely the problem resolution space as well. I'll say customer service and just deepening relationships. So and yes, absolutely. And what else?
Yeah.
And it really does help to hack away at some of those emotionally charged moments in the spirit of gentleness and yes and yes and
not yes and like that.
Because tone
but
and
yes
volume
and followed up by an explanation or something.
Of course,
yeah.
because what's sorry Chris and Lex to go back here and we are in way decent time. I almost feel like a spirit of gentleness and kindness really does come from wanting to relate with people. Because if I'm going through all of these yes and moments, when you do this, I feel this, your actions impacted me in this way, it's because it's like, what's your why? Hashtag Simon Sinek. What's your why? My why is for us to be better at this. My why is for you to be encouraged, hopefully, to be the best version of yourself. My why is just because I love you, dog.
Right.
You understand what I mean? And I almost feel like the care is there. And so a spirit of gentleness is closely connected, I feel, with relating with people and learning to deepen those relationships, repair those relationships, expand on those kinds of things, practice vulnerability. I'm still trying.
Pick up some new skills.
It'll be easy.
Yeah.
So so that was just, it popped into my head as you were talking about those things. What other points you have? I think we could squeeze maybe one or two. What you think?
One more, because we do have our guest coming up and we're very excited to talk with her.
Yeah.
So one more. Who wants to wrap?
No, you can go ahead because you had said you had more. I'm okay.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
Constructive criticism and the yes and statements.
Yeah, I did all of mine.
Yeah.
So it's a wrap?
Yes, it is.
So guys, if you're just joining us, we were discussing reasons why you should be gentle with others. A much needed topic in today's hustle and bustle world. You know what I mean? Where we feel like, we don't have time to cater to people's emotions and stuff. But that few seconds, extra seconds of trying to be kind and gentle to people can make
the world of difference.
Indeed. And it doesn't take much from us. You know what I mean? And it's not weakness, y'all. It's not weakness.
Biggest strength.
It is strength
yes,
to the
ma'am.
highest degree, if you ask me.
It takes, we'll talk about that the next time.
So if you want to listen back to it, you could always go back and play back after the show and watch it over. We're always there. Remember to like the live and share it.
Please share it.
Share the link with a friend or whatever, but more importantly, like the live. All right? Like it. We're going to take a very quick break because we do have a guest coming up, the lovely Khalees Williams. You're going to hear all about her. You guys you probably don't know the name right now, but when you see her, it's somebody who would have graced your social media at some point in time. Yes?
All right.
So keep it locked right here. But before we go, and with that, we wrap our topic of the day. Keep it locked right here to Island Girl Talk on ourradio.fm.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
A subsidiary of Eastern Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited, EPL Properties Limited has been a steadfast presence since 2002. Anchoring EPL's triumphs are 5 vibrant revenue-generating business units. EPL Events. Nestled along the Eastern Main Road St. Joseph, La Jolla Complex boasts enchanting venues. From the grand Eric Williams Auditorium to the versatile Ed Garcia Gymnasium and Poolside, and the intimate courtyard and garden gazebo. EPL Properties Facilities Management Unit ensures smooth operations for medium to large businesses, custodial care, construction, and projects. Behold the gem at La Jolla, exquisite executive suites like the Opal Aqua Terra, Turquoise, and Sapphire. Discover our sporting complex, a sanctuary for health and fitness enthusiasts. Embrace activities from weightlifting to swimming. EPL Properties Limited, enhancing people's lives.
Do you remember me? We used to walk down streets and talk about our problems. You know how that does be. But now we've all grown up. The times have changed now, and we don't talk like we used to. Yeah, it's been a minute. Had to come through, had easy. Saw your number up on my phone. Yeah, now that we grown, I'm sipping on some Patron. I'm trying to take a look easy.
Welcome back to Island Girl Talk. It's your Island Girls. I'm Kemba Joe.
I am Lex.
I'm Crystal Kane.
Oh my goodness. And if you missed it, well, there is always the replay. Oh, yeah, I'll bounce this mic just now. Sorry, we'll be using it tomorrow.
Lipstick.
Yeah, lipstick. Welcome back to Island Girl Talk. If you missed our topic of the day, it's all about being gentle, why it's important to be gentle, and the ways, a couple tips on how you can be that. But now it is time for our Spotlight segment. So for those of you tuning in for the very first time, Spotlight is when we, Crystal helps to scour up-and-coming talent, people that are making waves in their respective places. And this evening's Spotlight is someone who seems to be blazing the trail like most of the guests that we have coming on here. Joining us this evening virtually, so it's pretty cool as well. Normally we have them right next to me on my left. Joining us virtually is Khalees Williams. Let's see if we can get Khalees up on this screen.
Hello. She's so gorgeous.
Oh my God.
Hello, lovely.
Happy.
How are y'all? Nice to be good.
Doing really well. Happy to have you. So welcome to the show. So listeners and viewers out there, Khalees is Trini-born, Canadian living, right? And she's the visionary force behind Up.Row services, yeah. And we'll talk a little bit about what that is all about. But I'm going to describe Khalees as a waymaker, like Moana.
She looks like Moana.
She does with the hair, right? An innovator for those seeking to turn a new leaf in a new country, in Canada, of course. Her accolades include top honors at the BIPOC, that's Black Indigenous People of Color, Women in Tech, and her story, pitch competitions. Welcome to the show, Khalees. So happy to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm really grateful and honored to be here. And good job, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Online, it's amazing to really showcase talent like this from Trinidad and Tobago.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, that's kind of why you're on the show, right? Because you're showcasing talent. I mean, maybe not physically in Trinidad and Tobago, but I guess the first thing that I do want to find out, and you can share with everyone. I mean, I did my research, but just in case, what is Up.Row? What is it all about?
So I think it all started from my days in Trinidad and Tobago. So I wasn't just born in Trinidad and Tobago, I was raised there, right? So I come from Mova. I went to Mova Laventil Secondary School. Then I later went to CUC Secondary. Then I went to USC College, and I went to UTT. I have a master's from the University of Trinidad and Tobago.
Fantastic.
Well, into my adult years, I decided to migrate. I had already 2 children.
Oh, cool. You're talking to me. Yes. All right.
Speaking about immigration, right?
Yeah.
So I spent my entire life in Trinidad and Tobago and then decided to migrate. And when I landed in Canada, that was only 4 years ago. I knew no one and I had never been here before.
Oh, wow. An adventure, culture shock, everything.
Yeah.
A culture shock. The weather was cold. I was scared. And you know what? The worst happened. Like, we didn't have anybody to pick us up for the airport. We had to take a taxi from the airport. When we got to the hotel, there was a mix-up, and we basically spent the entire first night in Canada in the lobby of the hotel.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. Okay.
What an experience.
I didn't know anybody, so I was just like literally scared. And my kids were very young, 1 year old and 2 years old. And I was just scared, right? And because of that experience, I decided, you know what, there must be a better way to help people to get settled when they land in Canada. And I'm back on trying to really just solve that problem, right? I started volunteering, helping Caribbean immigrants to get settled. So I would pick people up from the airport and get them their apartments, help them get their first job. And I did that for 2 years.
Wow, Khalees. That's impressive.
I realized that there was this very big problem of immigration fraud. So 33% of the persons that I helped to get settled in Canada, and it was hundreds of people, had money to immigration fraud. So I thought, you know what? Let's solve that, right? Like, we have brain power. We could solve that. We could make immigration a lot easier and safer for everyone, right? And Up.Row came about. So it's a virtual marketplace for immigration services. It's basically bringing everything on one platform, from identity verified immigration professionals to services, career coaches, language tutors, schools, everything, housing, everything on one platform. And it is available on Apple and Google Play stores as well.
Oh, so there's an app.
There's an app.
There's an app. There's an app.
Oh wow! She didn't mention that part.
In my googling, I found the website, and it's the website is there, which of course we'll wrap it up and we'll make sure that we know where we can find you. But I just want to kind of go back for a minute to how you solve the problem. So you basically said this was a harrowing experience for me and my family, and no one else should have to go through that. So 4 years ago, you picked up and you relocated, had such a terrible start into things. And your kindness, basically, is what propelled this idea. So what was your journey like in getting UpRo together? Because if it's a virtual marketplace, I imagine that there are tons of collaborators. You mentioned the fraud, which I'll come back to in just a minute. What was your journey like getting UpRo up, no pun intended, and running?
And running. It was hard, and it still is hard because it is a startup, right? I don't want to say that it was harder for me, because the startup entrepreneur life is definitely one that anyone can testify to as being hard. But being an immigrant as well did add a certain level of challenges, not knowing anyone, right? Not knowing the system. Simple things like getting your first credit card. How do I get a business account open? Funding, right? People tend to do business with people that they know. So the fact that you didn't grow up here, you don't know anybody, you don't have any contacts, you don't have somebody you could call to the side, right? No one. It really meant building it from scratch. Right? And I heavily relied on the community that I had built for myself. All of those people that I helped to migrate here, right? Helped to get settled. I literally pulled on their individual strengths. And to this day, I still pull on their strengths to really help me to just pivot and keep it going and keep the dream alive. So far, we have over 3,000 persons who have actively used those services.
Fantastic.
That is amazing.
Fantastic. Congrats to you. So, of course, there's nothing that a Caribbean woman cannot do, first of all.
Right?
You're like superwoman out here.
And, you really did, I think, blaze the trail. So, to come back, you said 33% of... correct me, please. I don't feel like I got that right, but 33% of the applicants for immigration in Canada, it's a scam.
Yeah. So I ran a survey.
Tell us about what that looks like.
500 immigrants. 33% of them had lost money to immigration fraud.
Oh my.
Wow. Right? As small as $20, as large as $10,000 US, which $10,000 US in Trinidad and Tobago is your whole life savings and sometimes the life savings of your family too.
Right?
Like everybody money gone with the wind, whoosh, never to be seen again.
Right.
And it's heartbreaking, it's disenchanting, and it also propels the idea of immigration being a fraud, which many people still believe to this day.
Right.
And it's really just because of misinformation, and people are vulnerable. Some people are desperate. They're willing to just give money away blindly because someone's telling them what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Create a safe space where you could get information, even if you don't like the information you're getting. It's the truth, right? You might like it to get it, but this is the truth, right?
For
this
sure.
This is how long it will take. This is what it actually is.
Right.
I just want to create a safe environment for people who are interested in immigration to be able to do so safely.
Absolutely, yeah. It really is scary sometimes. The I don't want to say immigration lottos and the lotteries, and then the websites that pop up, or people may try to hack your identity because they found that maybe you did a Google search about relocating, and then you become, it looks so legit. What are some of the things that people could look out for so that they're not scammed? Apart from, of course, using UpRo services. What are some of the telltale signs? If you can, of course, we'll funnel everything to make sure that UpRo gets more support. But tell us so that we don't fall into the traps. What do you look for?
The number one thing to look for is guarantees, right? guaranteed acceptance, guaranteed approval, guaranteed anything. If you see the word guarantee, run. Right? Just run. Just run far, far, far.
Yeah.
Another thing I would look for is someone who's very eager to take money from you. Yeah, so you talk to them once and they, sales tactics.
Right.
Right? Oh my God, if you don't pay right now, like this opportunity won't be there tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or then you
right?
fill out, it offers you, I've heard of, it offers you something for free. You go, you fill out all the information, and then it asks you for a card.
Right. So those
Belly
things,
hitting.
just sleep on it. Like nothing is wrong with sleeping on it.
Yes.
Immigration is probably going to be the biggest decision you make in your entire life.
Absolutely.
Nothing is wrong with saying, I need to think about this. Right. And if anyone is trying to pressure you or give you like a hard sale, then that's a big red flag.
Right.
Absolutely.
That is not legitimate.
Makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
so we know what you're doing, why you're doing it, how you're doing it, right? And you mentioned it, but I also want to just get a little more clarity. Who does UPRO aim to support? You said, Caribbean people relocating. Tell us about your target audience.
So the target audience for the past 2 years has been the Caribbean. Why? Because I am Caribbean, right? I am from Caribbean, so we're talking Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Barbados, the Bahamas, Guyana, St. Lucia, St. Martin, like even the French-speaking Caribbean, we have persons who have migrated through. Very big challenge because your girl can't even count to 10 in French, right?
That's all right. We had a link up with a little language sounding parlez-vous le français.
Trial and error, right? So it has been amazing working within the Caribbean because I feel just so at home here and it's so relatable. However, the greater target audience for UPRO would be the larger countries that participate in immigration, such as Nigeria, the Philippines, India, and of late, Ukraine. Those are the largest immigration hubs.
That would make sense. That would make a whole lot of sense. That is fantastic. All right. Here at Island Girl Talk, we love to empower and acknowledge the women that are doing great things. I am very curious about your accolades and the top honors that you would have received at Women in Tech. And then, of course, tell us a little bit about the Her Story pitch competition. What was that about? I'm very curious.
So Her Story is a pitch competition run by the University of Calgary and a venture capital group called The 51. So The 51 is basically a group of investors that only invest in female-led companies. The idea of it is that 51% of the population are women. However, less than 2% of funding go to female-led companies.
Okay.
Interesting.
Right? And that doesn't count in women of color. We are like less than 0.5%.
Right. So of the 51%, only 2% gets funding. Of the 2%,
women.
Black,
Only like
Indigenous,
0.5%
people
women.
of color. Gotcha. Okay.
Right. So the competition took place a bit earlier on this year. There were 30 persons, 30 female-led companies from all over Canada that was invited to pitch. I was the only person that was Black, which to me it's not good.
Plus.
I feel like we should have more people up there, right?
This is Her Story,
I was
correct?
the one that won, yes.
Congrats!
Nice.
Okay, so you were super modest because we just had, top honors, but here you are winning the thing. Congratulations to you, Khalees. That is wonderful. So, in winning, what does the future look like for UPRO?
Right now, so UPRO has been through it this year. Like if you look at my projections, if you look at the trajectory of the company, I had to go full-time. So this is my full-time job just because of the amount of things that we have done. The company got accepted into an elite program through an organization called AMI, which is the Alberta Machine Learning Institute, basically to implement artificial intelligence into it. So it's government funded. We completed that program and then we got accepted into the Alberta Catalyzer program, which is like a pre-accelerator. So
to boost the business.
Basically program after program, investments basically from the government because there is a need, right, to help immigrants to get settled in Canada. And it's really nice to see that you're doing something and you're getting support behind it to push it forward.
That is wonderful. So basically you are on target to become, I'll say, fully accredited, supported, and funded by the Canadian government so that people can relocate safely. Big up you.
Big up,
Big up you. Big up you. Lex, I saw you peep down in the chat. What do we have?
We do have, well, pertaining to this current topic, Janelle York. I feel like, she may know who we are talking about. She said she's a proud village member, repping for a village / Khalees Travels. Whoop.
Oh, big up you. Very, very nice.
So we do have your supporters in the building.
Very, very nice.
Awesome. That's so
I think
nice. So
Glendale-
the village is actually a community that I created for persons who have migrated to Canada.
Oh.
And it's a networking community.
Right.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. So
Like it takes a village to raise a child.
of course. So you start with UPRO and then you get to Canada and then you have the village. Did I get that right?
Exactly. You have the village. If you're from the Caribbean and you're looking for a community, you have the village.
That is
Oh, lovely.
look at you now. Look at you doing the things.
Sorry, did I miss where exactly in Canada?
I'm in Edmonton, Alberta.
Okay.
Yes.
All right,
That's
cool.
that is less urban.
That's urban.
So that's the thing, right? So everyone knows Toronto.
Right.
Toronto.
When you think about Canada, everyone knows Toronto,
T-dot.
everyone knows Vancouver.
Yeah.
Right? But the city that I live in, Edmonton, it's the capital of my province, which is Alberta.
Right.
The population of Edmonton is 1.3 million people.
So
Okay.
it's huge.
Oh, really?
Okay.
It's huge.
It's a big
Trinidad.
city.
Yeah.
It's a huge
It's
city,
huge.
right?
It's huge.
But it's not Toronto.
Right.
It's not
It's
Toronto. It's not Toronto. It's not the T dot. Oh, that is amazing. Okay. So listeners out there, viewers out there, we know who UPRO is. We know why and how they got started. The services that they provide, it's a marketplace. So Khalees and her team will link you with the folks to help you navigate the choppy water sometimes of immigration to Canada specifically. It caters to a vastly wide Caribbean audience with the goal, right, trajectories and targets to expand to include global citizens or global folks wanting to relocate, immigrants, right? And I guess we found out what we need to know, right? And finally, but the most important, where do we find you?
So if you go to my website, upro.ca, that's UPROW.ca, on there you can download the apps, you can look at the website, but more importantly, there's a contact us form. And even more important than that, there's a link there to book a free demo with me. So if you feel like you need to talk to me personally, why don't book a free demo? It's a group call. I do it a couple times every week, and I'm super involved in the journeys of each person on there, right? It's not like you're just talking to a robot or you're just a number. Like, I want to hear what's going on with you. I want to know.
That's
I want to know
amazing.
what challenges you're facing. I want to know if you're having a good experience. I want to know how was your calls with the different people we have on there.
Right, because this is your network. That's your village, right?
Exactly.
Not the village after you settle, the village that helps you settle. And so that's amazing stuff. So ladies, gents, viewers out there, this is something, I mean, a lot of folk think about relocating and the headache. You just Google how to move to a location.
Like, oh my goodness.
And your head is spinning, but UPRO is there to make that process much, much easier. My goodness, Khalees, thank you for gracing us with your presence this evening. Thank you for sharing, educating, inspiring. I'm very inspired, and congrats again on your win in the Her Story pitch. Wishing you all the best for all that's to come with UPRO services, and to you and your family as well. Chris?
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, guys, you're just joining us. You just missed Playback is Your Best Friend. Go back and watch the show. Yes?
Yeah.
But, Khalees, we want to ask you to stay in the Google Meet group chat. And while we set up for our next segment, we're going to have a little fun.
Yes.
Like we like to do with our Sip and Spill segment. We're going to put Khalees in the hot box, as we so like to do. Yes, Khalees? Don't be daunted too
I'm
much.
ready for
We're going to
you.
keep it nice for you. Don't
She's
worry.
ready. She's
Oh,
ready.
she is
I'm
ready.
ready. I'm ready
She
for
is
you,
ready. All right. So, guys, keep it locked right here to Island Girl Talk on our radio.fm. We are going to be right back after these messages.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
A subsidiary of Eastern Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited, EPL Properties Limited has been a steadfast presence since 2002. Anchoring EPL's triumphs are 5 vibrant revenue-generating business units. EPL Events. Nestled along the Eastern Main Road St. Joseph, La Jolla Complex boasts enchanting venues. From the grand Eric Williams Auditorium to the versatile Ed Garcia Gymnasium and Poolside, and the intimate courtyard and garden gazebo. EPL Properties Facilities Management Unit ensures smooth operations for medium to large businesses, custodial care, construction, and projects. Behold the gem at La Jolla, exquisite executive suites like the Opal Aqua Terra, Turquoise, and Sapphire. Discover our sporting complex, a sanctuary for health and fitness enthusiasts. Embrace activities from weightlifting to swimming. EPL Properties Limited, enhancing people's lives.
You are dearer to me than all the stars. So many wish but never reach. Cause when I'm falling and all the world seems dark, you help me find my peace. In the still of the night, I lay listening to you breathe. People search for heaven all their lives. How lucky am I? Heaven's breathing next to me. Oh, shoot me by, Johnny. Oh, shoot me by, yeah. Oh, shoot me by, Johnny. I rule me down, The sea has no answer for the depth of this feeling. I will love you in the heat of the morning and the cool of the night. How blessed am I to know you like this? When you touch me, I am free. People search for heaven all their lives. How lucky am I? Heaven's breathing next to me. Oh, shoot me by, Johnny. Oh, shoot me by, yeah. Oh, shoot me by, Johnny. I rule me down, yeah, 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 yeah,
Premeditated. That's how you killed me, left my soul on the ground now. Red and blue lights They know you're guilty, you got blood on your hands now. But I saw it coming. The minute you walked in, I knew I would leave with half a heart. Cause you's a bad, bad, bad liar. I knew I had it coming when you held me in your arms. Cause you's a bad, bad, bad liar. You thought you had me good, but I knew we'd fall apart. Caution ahead. That's what they told me. They all said that this ain't real. You just love my sex appeal. I never knew how low you'd go. But we lost our control, and now we're 6 feet in the ground. And I will never forget all the words you used to sing like a pretty violin. But I saw it coming. The minute you walked in, I knew that I would leave with half a heart. Cause you's a bad, bad, bad liar. I knew I had it coming when you held me in your arms. Cause you's a bad, bad, bad liar. You thought you had me good, but I knew we'd fall apart.
Come on, girl, I know it's a shame. Tryna let go my emotions, I still hold the pain. Deleting my number had me feeling as numb as Novocaine. You locked me out your heart, now off keys like you oversang. I mean, how can I explain it? I'm glad you hear my statements. We were on the same page, don't know why I changed it. Booking flights out of my life, I can't complain it. You chose to run away from the lies and you out of patience. The truth hurts, I shouldn't have hit it. Different choices I wish that I made, but baby, is it too late to fix the mistakes? Can we start where we finish? Is this making any sense? Let alone make a difference. Hope I don't seem fake. Know your friends already told you that I messed up and I can never get to hold you. I'm out of luck because you never ever know who you get when I'm up. I'm sorry, baby, can you please forgive her?
I knew I had it coming when you held me in your arms. Boy, you's a baby, liar. Though you had me so good, but I knew we'd fall apart. Oh, you's a baby, baby. You's a baby.
We're back with more show for you guys. It's the Island Girls. I'm Crystal Kane.
I am Lex. I'm Kimber Joe. And just realized I was a little out of the frame.
Yes, yes.
Back.
If you guys are now joining us, well, we have been having a fantastic show up until now. And it continues to be a fantastic show, indeed. All right, we talked about, why you should be gentle with others, and we delved into that, and it was fantastic. Go play playback if you want to see all about it. Then we had our lovely guest, Khalees Williams. In the house. Yes, beautiful girl. My word.
Pretty smile for me.
Indeed. And we talked all about her company, O.U.R, which assists nationals in migrating to Canada. Really, really informative. You're making me feel I want to call you, girl. Yeah. Look at my face. I got his mouth there. I would love to live in Vancouver, Let's just go there. All right. But of course, now it's time for Sip and Spill. Cheers! And our lovely Carrie Bay glasses. Yay! She's sipping.
Oля, I missed the glasses last week.
Oh, God.
The launch. Missed the launch of the
glasses.
gloss.
Indeed.
Launch of the gloss.
Indeed. Well, yes, the nice.
That's all right.
Once check it out, a little stemless wine glass vibe.
Yes. Khalees said she has some water, but once you sip and grill, that's all.
Well, of course, we sip. And we spill. What are we spilling? Khalees, you will find out, Miss Lady.
Well.
You will find out. But of course, before we do so, we must do our due diligence, okay? Where you dare into the unknown with Carrie Bay hard ciders, all new flavors. Carrie Bay Brut and and mimosa and discover a taste that's perfect for you. Look, Kimberly, stop it.
No,
Still
nothing to do with you.
gluten-free and all natural, so you can enjoy every moment guilt-free. Caribbean hot cider. Moment made extraordinary. Drink responsibly.
It's always the truth. Yes, Khalees, yes.
Love reading those
Yes,
scripts.
yes.
I love those scripts.
Before we start sip and spill, we do have a few comments in the chat that we did not get to address. Landell, we did not ignore you, my darling. Good night, Landell.
Good night.
He said that to talk in a way that not all the blame is on the other person, but rather take responsibility for your action.
Indeed.
And thereby bringing solution to any situation. He's, of course, talking about our topic of the day. And Daniel Lazama, hey ladies, just wanted to say that I love you all so much. We love you too, my darling. The variety of topics chosen amongst yourselves are so informative and fun. Much love goes to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Firewolfman just said, don't worry, Crystal. I'm with you on checking out the services offered by Uproad. You see that, Khalees?
I'm going to check it out.
New clients.
Check it out. Yes,
Awesome.
so you all ready?
Yes, we are.
And with that, we commence our sip and spill segment.
Is
Let's
Khalees ready?
go. Oh gosh.
No.
Ready yourself, you know. Khalees, ready yourself.
No.
Yes, Lex.
I don't even understand how this was the first one. It's so applicable to Khalees, so that's very odd.
Obia.
It says, it asks, what country would you migrate to and why? How? I don't even understand, but yes. What country would you migrate to and why? Well, we know Khalees already migrated, so
Right.
you're in Canada.
Yes.
But
Yes.
if you had to choose any other country, what country would you choose and why?
So that is actually very interesting. So on Instagram, my name is Kelly's Travels, right? The reason for that is since I've been a teenager, I've been broke traveling this world. And what I mean by broke traveling, I mean staying in $20 motels,
Right.
doing KFC, like bare minimum, have no money. All you have is money for the tickets and you just go, right?
Right.
And I have used that strategy and I've actually traveled to over 20 countries.
Wow,
Right, so
fantastic.
I have a good idea of where I want to live.
Right, right.
I think that if it wasn't for Canada, I would definitely be aiming to go live in Dubai.
Yeah, that's a good
All
choice.
right.
Most luxurious place I've ever traveled to, Dubai, definitely.
Okay. Okay.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
And
Who's
I guess your why would be because it's luxurious and you love that luxurious life. Yeah?
Yeah, like Dubai definitely. It's probably the most advanced place I've ever been to. Like literally, feel like you're walking on streets of gold.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Amazing.
Okay.
I'm glad to go there.
Okay.
Kim?
Once upon a time, best story start with once upon a time. And Crystal, we were, oh God, Taika, if you're seeing this, you'll understand. It's something about Europe. I really do appreciate how forward, in a sense, just it's so efficient in a lot of ways. I'm sure that there are inefficiencies. I don't know, but I'd get my eyes full. That's what I'm saying. I'll get my eyes full. There'll be the red passport, right? Husband, wherever you might be.
Red passport husband.
Red passport husband. If I can indulge in, just dreams of the past,
Right.
it would definitely be, it would be Europe. And it's Europe not because of the weather. It's so for me, it's the languages for sure. And the efficiency with which things tend to function, as well as the ease of location. So being based in Europe, you are a hop, skip on a train or a plane away from Greece, from Turkey, from further east. If you're super connected,
anywhere.
correct, you could hop back and come, to the other side of the Atlantic. So definitely that's where and that's why.
Yeah. Chris?
Where I would migrate to? Thailand.
Okay.
I've said that before.
Never been.
Just because of the beauty, the beaches, huge on nature. I mean, one thing I don't like is, earthquakes and potential tsunamis. You guys know that is my number one fear. But you just can't deny how beautiful the place is. And if I were to go live there, I would go live somewhere deep in the forest on a mountain, somewhere close to a waterfall, and just go into town maybe once a month to get supplies. But I would live in some forest in Thailand. Oh, love it. Plus, Thailand is very reasonable to live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure.
Price-wise, yeah.
What
for
would you
sure.
like?
Mine would actually be Canada.
Hey! I'm feeling like you're going and do a little demo.
It's very funny because that's what it's always been. I'm not very interested in doing the US, and I feel like Europe is a big large for me. Like I would love to travel there, but to say I would live and settle there, no. But
Canada
well,
is
no,
large too,
but,
you know.
but it'll be a close second. But my first would be Canada.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people there. I know people who have migrated and been successful. So yeah.
Things tinging. Nice, very nice. Me next?
Yes, you.
Oh, ja. All right.
Still looking for
We wanna switch it up. We wanna keep it cute.
No, you do what you want to do, Kems.
Nah, don't tell me that. No.
You do what you want to do.
But we have a little giveaway. Don't forget the thing.
Oh, yes.
Saving the spicy question for that. Just study it.
Kems,
All right.
before you continue, let's just remind people that we do have a giveaway today. And this is the segment that we will be giving away that lovely prize. And all you guys have to do in the chat room is answer a question, a sip and spill question. Right? I feel for that one I should give them a funny question.
It had to be a real outer pocket. So I will keep it.
I do have an outer pocket
I will keep it in the pocket for this one, right?
Okay.
No, and I guess
I want your outer pocket question.
it will be there. Just this is the first round, right?
All right.
And I guess so Khalees, we always start with you or our guest. What's a mistake that you repeatedly make, and what would happen if you stopped making it?
Oh, Jesus Christ. That was the in the pocket one?
That was in the pocket.
That was the in the pocket
That was in the pocket.
She is calling for
nonsense.
the Jesus.
No.
Okay, what's a mistake that I repeatedly make, and what would happen if I stop making it?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I think that I talk about this a lot on my Instagram stories, but being an overachiever definitely have its perks because you get a lot done. But then like negative self-talk and self-sabotage comes in because, you know, you can never be as good as you have for yourself, right? Like I feel like if I'm my worst critique and in taking on big projects, I always find myself somehow feeling like, I should be doing better. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter what anyone else says. I feel it's just embedded in my mind to always have this kind of internal critique. It's like a little, little nagging, little something right to the side there. If I could just nip that in the bud, I think I would be unstoppable. To be honest with you.
I hear that.
Girl, you're unstoppable already.
I hear that. See,
if I can get that under control, that would be it. That would be
wonderful. Okay.
That was in your pocket. That was real in your pocket. What about you, Chris?
You want me to go first?
About the in the pocket question. Amber Joe.
Yes.
So just for the people again, repeat the question.
I was gone for a minute. Now I'm back with the jump off. What's a mistake you repeatedly make, and what would happen if you stopped making it?
Right. So I knew what I was gonna say, and the lovely lady said it, but not in the context that I meant it. Sabotage, you know, self-sabotage in the department of, this is too much information for you.
Okay.
You know, but sabotage in the department of love and romance. You know, I like to push people away.
Okay.
And I wouldn't say that it's a mistake every time, but I do believe if I am more open, which I try to be at times, but if I am more open, you know, I might find something. I mean, and there's special things all around, but it's almost as though I'm afraid to get that special thing. I don't know what it is. It has to be some kind of sabotage in the love department. So yes, that is something I would change. And if I were to change it, I do think my life would, in that department, would take a turn for the better.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that wasn't so bad.
It was not. Mine is mine is procrastination.
What's that?
Definitely procrastination. And waiting for things to feel perfect before I actually get it done.
Good one.
So yeah, I have a habit of doing that, and sometimes you just have to do it and maybe improve along the way, just so that you get it done, and you know things could always become better as time goes by. Instead of just waiting and years and years and years just go by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get up and do it. And at least start. Okay, my turn.
Did you answer?
No, I'm about
You're
to.
answering
That's why
now.
I'm laughing. Well, I'm real naive, you know.
Oh gosh, you?
I am.
Can't see it.
I always believe that Lex is like because I always
Really?
believe that people are good, and I always believe that people are kind. Because I guess I'm kind, or I try to be kind, and I feel like a mistake that I keep making is that I'm naive to sometimes manipulation or being taken advantage of. I'm getting better at it, but it still happens. Big up Lex 2 times, because she's just like, let me tell you something. XYZ, da, 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 da. And then I'd be like, for true? And it's not dotish mamagism. It is what do you mean? And then like the dots connect, and I'm like, this so and so. And I feel like if I could stop making it, then I might save myself painful situations and unnecessary heartache on certain things. The bounce back is real, and my resilience is better. But I feel like, that would be it. The naivety, because I do always believe, I'd like to believe that people are good.
Gotcha, sis. Chris, you're up.
Naive nothing.
Well, this we know.
All right. I have one. Okay. I think this might be the one. No. This might be the one for people to answer. Now, guys, remember, we haven't told the people which question we want them to answer.
No, it's true, because you got to prep them.
Yes. Right? I'm not sure it's going to be this one, because not everyone does this.
Okay.
But my next question is, name one thing you've written in your diary at any point in time.
Good. Khalees,
One thing?
Khalees,
you've written in
one
your
thing
diary.
you have written in your diary.
I usually write goals, so like journaling, like to-do list, but more than just a to-do list, like a goal, like something that you want to achieve, short term and long term. Like I remember when I first landed in Canada, I had basically had to give up everything in Trinidad, right? So almost like you're giving up the life you had dreamed and created for yourself. I shortly after I sold my home, it was my family home, it was my inheritance, right? I'd give everything that I had. And I made a promise to myself that I would get it back. Yes, I promised that I would buy a house in Canada, and I did that. Within 2 years, I bought my first home.
Congrats.
That was a journey of deep manifestation. The amount of times I wrote that down in books, in journals, was like, I have to get this, because it means everything to reclaim the thing that I had lost. Right.
Right.
Fantastic.
Nice.
I love that.
Yes.
All right.
Who's next?
Repeat the question. Lex, no, go ahead, Lex.
One thing you've written in your diary. Name one thing.
I usually write things that resonate with me, and not just quotes that maybe from random people that I don't know, but things that friends may say that stick out. So most recently, a friend of mine gave me a nugget, and he said, when you truly admire something, you truly acquire it. And I just love that so much, because when I sat and I thought about it, it made complete sense. And that was the very last thing that I wrote in my diary.
Well, all right. Another.
Okay.
When you truly admire something,
you truly acquire it.
You truly
acquire it.
Acquire it. All right. Chicken scratch for 500. All right. Something that I've written in my diary. I have not actually journaled recently. That's maybe why I'm so
on edge. Anyway.
Oh gosh.
But I actually use my journal, not necessarily. I have different. Okay, y'all. I love stationery, so I have 10 million and 5 notebooks, and they're for different things. But I guess what I'm always aiming to write are the things that I can't say out loud.
Yeah.
Whatever it is I can't say out loud. I write letters to myself. I write letters to the people that have hurt me to say how they've hurt me if I don't feel like I could say it out loud to them. I confess my sins.
To the pages.
Yes. I might confess I'm in love with somebody. Like when the question came, the first thing I thought, I was like, oh my God, I remember when I was like back as a teenager. Writing down, dear diary, I might be in love, that kind of stuff. Because that's the stuff. That for me is how I would we sipping and we spilling. I do write my goals down, but that's easy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So the tough stuff.
Yeah, tough stuff all the time.
Okay.
Interessante.
So back around to me.
Yes, I feel like it is.
All right.
So guys, if you're just joining us, we are doing Sip and Spill. The first person to respond to a Sip and Spill question will win this lovely Caribe hamper.
Hey.
With all kinds of Caribe goodies inside. Not to mention the bag itself is a lovely cooler to take to the beach, y'all. So yeah, feel free.
All right. So my next question is, do you believe in soulmates? And have you met yours? Guys. Whether or not you are currently, all we want to know is, do you believe in soulmates? And have you met yours? It's very simple. It's Kelly's laughing for me.
Yeah.
I cannot.
We're not asking for no more information. That's the
We just want to know if you have,
if you
believe, and if you have,
and if you have.
So, I do believe in soulmates, but I believe that we have more than one.
Ah, okay.
Right? So I don't believe that you have one person in the whole world that you can fall in love with. What if that person in Thailand?
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, we can.
Maybe mine in Thailand.
Maybe yours in Thailand, right? So I believe that we do have soulmates. I believe that we encounter people throughout our lives. And I honestly believe that relationships are there to reveal things to ourselves that we need to improve.
Amen,
Okay.
sister.
Yes.
So like someone will come into your life either for love or for a lesson. Either way,
Ooh, child.
right?
Amen,
Either way, it's ready to show.
That is a fact.
It's preparation, right? It's preparation to meet the person that you're forever person. Or maybe, you know what? You have a lot of lessons to learn. So you're going to have a little trial and error.
Amazing grace. How sweet. No, this is real church. Only we are in church. Neil,
so if I've met my
Ponhead.
soulmates, I'm still looking.
Okay.
You know what? That is where the journey really just continues. It makes life exciting. It makes life amazing. It makes life. Love is amazing. Something that we all should run towards.
It is,
right? So.
All right, welcome, Bo.
Tender. Okay.
Papa.
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes. Okay.
Move on.
Chris?
So Miss Lady,
She's like, nothing more.
that's it?
Yes and yes.
Me next?
Yeah.
For the first time in the history of Sip and Spill, I plead
The
fifth.
FIF.
That is it. The fifth.
That's a yes.
I am
plead the
pleading.
fifth.
I am pleading nothing.
Yes. So first,
Y'all.
Yes, I believe in
not
soulmates.
answer that question.
And yes, I have met mine.
Oh wow.
Yes and yes. Yeah, cheers yet?
Yes and
That's
yes.
what I like to see because both of y'all wimp out, man. Come on. I have to say it.
No, yes and
Y'all
yes.
answer, man.
Yes and yes. I mean,
you know what's going on here? They don't want any arguments later on this afternoon.
Oh,
So that's what it should.
However you want to say it,
What you
Kelly.
say?
oh, good.
Maybe, but
Yes and yes.
Yes
The
and
end.
yes.
Yes and yes. Yes. No, but I do think that they exist, and I agree with you 100%, Khalees. You really take me to church. I think that soulmates exist in different beings in different places, and you have platonic soulmates and you have romantic soulmates, and for sure, and they are there to help you grow, I think, and help you to love yourself a little bit more, and show you that true love is possible.
Yes.
It is.
All right, next question. That's enough.
All right, yes.
Your turn, Gems.
Oh,
Lord.
do we want this one to be the question?
Yes.
Stop
ahead.
asking
you
us
think
what
that
we
is the
want.
perfect
Just
one?
ask your
No.
question.
As in, I feel like
the
this
giveaway.
could be the one for the giveaway, Chris. I'm trying to use my words, girl.
Janelle says, yes, I believe in soulmates, and no, I haven't met my soulmate.
Okay.
And Janelle York, you are the winner!
Oh, so we did it.
Yeah,
we did it on
Janelle
this question.
York, if you're still with us, send us a flame in the chat room. You have just won.
Janelle,
That's beautiful.
Just now.
Carry me up.
Just now. Janelle in Trinidad. Janelle in part of the village, you know.
Oh, shucks.
Janelle is a part of the whole
Janelle,
village.
well, then she can suggest someone and we give it to them.
Someone
All right?
locally.
So again, Janelle York, if you are in the chat room, send us
And
a
in Trinidad.
And in Trinidad.
nah, just in the chat room. Send us a flame, for you have won this amazing Carrie Bay Hemp Hop.
Oh my goodness. We have to pause. We have to pause because we have to see if she's in the chat. If she comes back.
Yes, we'll wait.
Pause for a cause.
In the meantime, feel free, anybody else, to answer our question, our sip and spill question.
I see a little celebration.
I see in celebration things going up, yes.
But
I
is
have
that
not
the
seen a
flames?
flame. No, that is not the flame.
Type it in the chat, Janelle, if you are here,
Give
blink
us a
twice.
flame, honey. A fire.
Yes.
A flame. A fire.
Emoji in the chat.
Oh,
We're
goodness.
celebrating her win for sure, but we need to see it.
Indeed.
Para confirmar.
But we'll wait. We'll continue. Kemba,
Oh,
you have something
me
for
next.
us?
Of course, I have
Yes.
plenty for you.
Oh gosh, my goodness.
As
Wow.
we on the topic of that, I feel like don't pelt me.
Oh gosh.
Khalees,
I'm a big stone.
Khalees, let me start with you, Dudu. You're far away, I can't pelt me. What is your favorite memory from your worst relationship?
Oh,
God.
my gosh.
God, I find the way how I go in first year.
Yeah,
in the
it's
spotlight.
pressure, it's pressure.
Yeah,
We know it's like
yeah,
that.
hot
hot box.
Yeah, the
Hot
hot
box.
box.
I spilling all the beans and all the pleading.
Okay.
No,
No,
that was the
we're
first
going.
person.
We're going.
enough.
You don't
In
want
a
to give
year,
too much detail.
I have
but
played for the first time in a year and a half.
your
This is my first
favorite memory
Alright.
from your worst relationship. I tell you, the first one was the one in the pocket.
So I talk a lot about these things over social media, so no problem. I can tell all you. My worst relationship was my first one.
Okay.
Right? I was so naive. I
Right.
was so stupid all year. This man had to cry all over the place. I hold on to my mother and I cry. My mother years later told me the day I tell her, because the boy cheated on me already, the boy break up with me,
Fight
right?
him.
It was a man. I was older. My first relationship was I was an adult, right?
Right.
Break up with man. Only who I used to see getting married like 2 weeks later. I was a whole side chick.
Dirty.
I was a whole side chick and didn't even know.
Oh,
I am so sorry.
I held on.
God.
I held on to my mother and I cry. Only like cry. Years later, my mother came and she told me the day that happened was the best day of her life.
Wow.
Because that man would have me trailing all over the road for the rest of my life. So sometimes, in the moment we think something is just the worst thing that could ever happen to us.
But it was the best.
But it's the blessing, right?
but he
Because if
was
I had
dirty
really
and
stayed in a relationship like that, who knows where I would have been ended up today?
Exactly.
Dirty and
Who knows that how would have
stink.
changed the projection of my life, you know?
Yes.
Five women said, wow.
You live, you learn.
Yeah. Might not have had a pro, or
That
maybe it
rough.
would have had it. The journey would have been,
That rough.
that is nasty. That is nasty.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Nasty.
Heartbreaking. It's
We didn't get any flame from Janelle.
So, guys, we haven't heard
So I
back
feel
from
like we
Janelle.
have to go again.
Yes. So anyone in the chat room, we're doing sip and spill. We're asking our usual questions. Feel free to respond in the chat room.
We
This
could
is the
use this. I
question,
feel
right?
like we could use this question.
I want to use this question.
Ask the question again.
Of course. What's your favorite memory?
Oh, Janelle
from
said
your-
she's here.
Oh, she's
Yes,
here.
Janelle.
All right.
Janelle, we have the winner. Janelle, you have won.
Thanks.
Janelle, what we
I'm
want
here.
you to do is go to our Instagram and leave us a message with your phone number, please, so we can WhatsApp you and make arrangements to get you this lovely Caribbean hamper. Okay, filled with Caribbean goodies.
Hey,
She put the flames. She put the
Finally,
flames.
Janelle.
She put the flames. She put the
Finally.
flames.
All right, so to recap again, if you didn't hear, go to our Instagram, Island Girl Talk TT, and leave us a message with your phone number so that we can make the necessary arrangements in getting this lovely hamper to you.
Lovely. All right. So, Janelle, you saved the public from that question. I'm not happy. But let me hear from Chris or listener. Thanks.
What was the question again?
What's your favorite memory from your worst relationship?
You see, I ask that question, say, I just be here racking my brain, boy. Kimber, why?
Janelle said, yes, I'm still in Trinidad, migrating soon to Canada.
Hey,
Well, look how she
well,
just
all right. Niceness. Okay.
Thanks. Big up you. So, hi.
Oh, next, there's a look at me now, Cambridge.
Okay.
Time for everything get together.
All right. Favorite memory, best memory.
I cannot even think of one. Bro.
All right. I feel
it's that difficult.
The best memory.
Yes.
It's like a category of memories.
Okay.
All right.
The person was very thoughtful. So I feel like that was one of the best things that I would have experienced, that actual thoughtfulness. A lot of people don't know how to be thoughtful.
Right.
It's very, very rare. So I feel like, that would be my best memory.
Oh, all right. So the question is, what is your favorite memory from your worst relationship?
That's what I said.
That is what
Kemba Joe.
What I said.
Kemba Joe, if I tell you, I cannot think of anything. I cannot think of anything.
In the time that he was happy.
Exactly.
Of course, it had to have a
At
reason.
one
It was
point,
with
you had to
him.
have been happy. Thank you very much.
I was young and
She trying to get away and all.
right.
Unless she trying to get away.
I was only 20 years old.
That's all right. You was in it. And what was your favorite part about it?
Guys, I don't know. While there, I was questioning why I was there.
Okay, but you were in it.
In it, at that
But
point
before
in
you were
time.
questioning it, before you were questioning
in
it,
the honeymoon phase.
What got me initially was that he was 6 or 7 years older than me, and I thought that he was a man. And that was what it was. So that is what got me. Like, I thought he was a man, but then very quickly found out that I was the alpha in the relationship, even when I wasn't even seeking to be. And it was just a matter of trying to get away after that. And not, it wasn't, oh my God, I can't think of a good thing. Let me see. Oh, there was a time when we played Juve. That was nice.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good memory.
Yeah, see?
Yes.
All right. Took a little bit of digging, but you did it. For me...
Kemba Joe, these questions.
I'm not sorry. For me, I think it's... And I don't have a relationship that was like the worst. You know, it just... These things did not work out. But it's kind of like what you were saying, Lex. It's the thoughtfulness, you know, that goes along with it. There was a level of... and it was foreign to me at the time.
Yeah.
There was a level of, I don't want to say adoration or admiration, but it was just this person was very, oh my goodness, you know, and it was the first time I'd ever experienced somebody seemingly smitten. That's not fair to him. I think he was smitten for sure. I mean, hi, come on.
Thank you.
And I wasn't even feeling myself the way I feel myself now.
Right.
And, you know, to be so head over heels for someone who feels the same way about you and says it out loud, that was amazing.
Bliss.
Yeah.
It feels really good.
It did. See, we made it.
Nice.
You did.
All right.
One more.
We have the last one from Chris, yeah?
Okay.
And I didn't even
Drum
answer
roll.
the question.
Yeah, so wait.
That's okay. We have 2 rounds next week for that.
If you had, now I want to see our girl on the screen there, Khalees.
It's okay.
It's not bad. It's not bad. If you had if a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you like to know?
Oh,
let me repeat it. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
Okay, so I would like to know if my kids would be okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Immigration has been tough, not just for me, but for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
And as a parent, you want to know if you have to close your eyes today or tomorrow that they will be taken care of, they'll be okay. I think that just knowing that they would be okay would give me the confidence to take more risk, because I always have to consider how it affects them, right?
Of course. Yeah.
If I can guarantee that my kids will be okay,
yes,
it'll just take the world off my shoulders.
Fantastic. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Who's next, Scams?
Tell me one more time. Sorry.
If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
Nothing. I don't want to know.
You don't want to know nothing? Nada?
Yeah, I don't want to know. I feel like
a guy is singing in the background.
I feel like it will take away from the adventure unfolding.
All right.
So what is to must is me knowing, me not knowing, it's still going to happen, right? If it's meant to be. So for me, I guess, and that's a moment of growth. Once upon a time, this would not have been the answer. There's no point in me knowing now, because me knowing now, I may sabotage or I may get on the trajectory of, well, if this is going to happen, anything that takes me off of that path that I think is taking me off of that path, I might ruin it. Let the adventure unfold. I don't want to know.
All right. Okay. I can accept that. Makes all the sense.
Yeah, I have no choice. This is my reality.
Yeah. Accept as in I won't challenge it.
You could challenge it if you wanted to.
What about you, Lex?
I have a list.
Okay. Let's get into it.
I definitely, as Kelly said, I want to know that my children are going to, grow up to be upstanding young citizens, wonderful men, most of all. We don't want a continuation of the caliber.
I get what you mean.
Right?
Preach.
Okay.
Preach.
I get what you mean.
We don't want it. Don't want it.
We don't want it.
I would also like to know if I would end up achieving all of my goals. It's fine if I don't, if it says it doesn't, but it would be nice to know. I would not stop working towards them, but yeah. And I would like to know if I get married or not. That would definitely be on the list as well. And I would like to know if I would die young.
Oh no.
Or old. Yeah.
Oh no.
I don't need an age. I just want to know
some
if it's
final destination stuff though.
like do I make the 3 scores and 10?
Right.
Yeah.
I get what you mean by that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean, the thought popped into my head, I'm not gonna lie, about, I'd like to know, and then I was like, but why?
Yeah.
Because what does knowing do?
It doesn't change anything, no. But just to answer the
It doesn't change anything, but it could possibly change your... Yes, but it could possibly change your journey, because like Kelly said, and like we said in previous episodes, knowing can sometimes change the way you go about doing things. So it may not change the end, but it may certainly change your journey.
Then change your journey without knowing.
So yeah.
Because intuitively...
But
we know, I feel like intuitively we know if we're doing the thing to get us to the place.
To the goal.
Yes.
We know.
But sometimes knowing might be the catalyst that lights that fire underneath you
And
to get up and move.
Not taking that away from anybody. And I guess it's just unicorn things. It's, that I think of that anyway. And I go with the attitude of, I'm going to do that, or I'm going to aim to do that regardless. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing or like, what you mean? It's just different. And I do get what you mean by, if I know, then I can plan, or if I know I can do this, or if because guess what? If today is the day that the good Lord says, hey now, McGill, it's all for what? Me knowing does what? It's going to happen regardless. My name is written in a book somewhere. My time is up somewhere.
But it sounds like you're talking about death and
in anything.
And
I mean, I'm thinking of death, but it could be anything. I guess Big up me in truth, you know. Big up me in truth.
Before Chris answers, we have
Ayodele.
Ayodele Coffee in the chat, and she's saying, I would want to know if the world would be okay. I'm a little worried about the future of the world and if we have a future.
Well said.
Mm-hmm.
You are not alone. You are not alone.
What is your answer, Chris?
This is very personal, but not my business. I just want to know one thing. I mean, there are others, but this is the one thing I think about. Will I have a kid?
Okay.
I think about that often. How did you know?
Because I just know.
Yes, that is something I would probably... That's probably the only thing I would ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Niceness. That is it.
Okay. And with that, we wrap our Sip and Spill segment. We want to thank the lovely Khalees. Put her on that screen there, Khalees.
You're wonderful.
You're welcome. Sunshine, a ray of sunshine. Bubbly, lovely, fantastic conversationalist. We loved hearing all about UPRO and all that you do for Caribbean nationals trying to migrate to Canada. We look forward to hearing more about all your endeavors as you climb from, strength to strength. Yes?
Absolutely.
So,
thank you, Khalees.
We wish you were here where we could take pictures with you, but it is what it is.
That's all right.
Right? Have a good evening, my love, and thank you for your time. Yes?
You're most welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Wonderful to have met you. Bye.
Guys, we still have more show for y'all very quickly though, so keep it locked right here to Island Girl Talk. We're going to take a quick break and be back right here on our radio.fm.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
A subsidiary of Eastern Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited, EPL Properties Limited has been a steadfast presence since 2002. Anchoring EPL's triumphs are 5 vibrant revenue-generating business units. EPL Events, nestled along the Eastern Main Road St. Joseph, La Jolla Complex boasts enchanting venues. From the grand Eric Williams Auditorium to the versatile Ed Garcia Gymnasium and Poolside, and the intimate courtyard and garden gazebo. EPL Properties Facilities Management Unit ensures smooth operations for medium to large businesses, custodial care, construction, and projects. Behold the gem at La Jolla, exquisite executive suites like the Opal Aqua Terra, Turquoise, and Sapphire. Discover our sporting complex, a sanctuary for health and fitness enthusiasts. Embrace activities from weightlifting to swimming. EPL Properties Limited, enhancing people's lives.
Little African dancer, me love how you dance it. Me say you make me go ginger. Me wanna know what you're asking. You're asking, little African dancer. Me love how you dance it. Me say you make me go ginger. Me want to know what you're asking. You're asking, well let me know. Remember that one time you bought me in a party, you say me not feel go nowhere. And if you tell me say you need me, well baby get me off the street. And when me but me little sick, we think about the future we could have, yeah. And then she talk a little talk.
Welcome back to Island Girl Talk. It's your Island Girls. I am Lex.
I'm Crystal Kane.
And I'm Kemba Joe.
And guys, we are happy that you all stayed with us through the show. We are now at the point of our show where we talk about the trends. So let's talk trends. All right, so the very first trend that we're going to talk about, it's Marshall Montano at Melee. He had a wonderful unplugged show. And, you know, people were very wowed by it because it was one of the high points at the Melee Destinations cruise. Raw, authentic, and without the high level of production that usually goes into Marshall's shows. So I get that people would have gotten something very different about that performance. It was held on the beach and in Cancun, and it catered to a much more intimate connection that his concerts would usually allow. Large cushions were laid out on the beach, and people got to, you know, grab a comfy seat and ensure that their cups were filled while pit fires lit the ambience.
I
must be
I
nice.
did see people posting on their stories, and it looked like a whole bonfire kind of vibe. Okay, that's what that was.
So he was accompanied by his band. They played drums. He had his tambourine, and of course, you know, he loves his ukulele. And he entertained the patrons for about 2 hours. But it was intended at first to be a 50-minute show. So he gave them a lot more than they catered for. Yeah.
That reminds me of when he did his album, when he was in the white on that one. Yes. That was his Bobo Shanti era.
His Bobo. So he touched on a lot of all of his of his hits: Fast Wine, Endless Walk, Make Love to Me, you know. Fallen.
Oh God, I love that song so much.
He also revealed the spiritual component to some of his songs, which he said start off as praise, but then he adjusts them for the carnival space, which is very different. Yes,
Interesting.
Some of his diehard fans, you know, as Kemba said, what was the song you said just now? Fallen. Vibes Can Done.
Anyway,
Possessed.
Go ahead.
Haunted, Butler Rum. Yeah. So
like
he mixed things up, including some reggae. He sang with Destra. So people were really, really pleased that
Destra was there, or he just did Carnival?
No, he just did Comeback, which was the song that he did with Destra. Yes.
I don't mind when you come back to me. That's a big tune.
And y'all, oh gosh, up next on trends, what is happening? We are boiling.
Yes.
The earth is boiling. It is not warm anymore.
No more global warming.
Hot. It is hot.
Yep.
Global boiling.
That's what they're calling it now. Yep.
Okay.
So, you know, we in for some really extreme weather. We have a lot higher temperatures than usual. We have people being on a heat alert now, just so that we can kind of temper what's happening and the health aspect of it, you know, staying hydrated. We have a lot more reports of animals actually dying from heat stroke.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's something really to take seriously, so that you would have all of the precautions necessary in order to deal with what is now very extreme, very serious weather. Yeah. We know that the zoo, they are taking proper protocols to kind of protect the animals from the heat. So I would like, if I could find my article. I have found it. All right. So
that was cute.
So as the high temperatures continue to affect the country, the Zoological Society of Trinidad and Tobago is ensuring that steps are being taken to safeguard animals in its care at the Emperor Valley Zoo. We know that the zoo, it's the one zoo that we have. We have to preserve the animals that we have there. So we do appreciate the Zoological Society taking those steps. Yeah?
Indeed.
And then our last trend, it's Digicel and U.R. So
read about that.
They now have a little collab going on. So Digicel, Trinidad and Tobago is excited to announce its partnership with U.R. 2024 Carnival with a spectacular Nuri, which I think it's a section. Is it?
Yes, it's a section. It's red. Oh, that's a gorgeous section.
It's
all red.
Lovely costume.
I did say if I were to play Numa, that would be the one. Yes.
In collaboration with U.R, Digicel is proud to power the stunning Digicel and U.R costume Nuri, designed by the exceptionally talented Roel Permanent. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're excited to see that. We're excited about Carnival on a whole because, we're ready. We're ready to hit the road all year.
We ready. We ready. Kamba, what is that face?
What happened?
About Carnival.
But what happened? I'm ready for Carnival and we're ready to hit the road.
I didn't talk to you.
All right.
Okay, what is going on
She's
here?
threatening me, guys. So she's saying, you better be on the road.
I did not say
For
that.
20 years.
I said I don't talk to her. Those are my words. I can stand by my words. Were they gentle?
I could read
and were they
between the
kind?
lines. No,
There was violence behind those words, Kamba Joe. You know that.
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
She already explained the processes. The voice went down low,
Right?
and we're not supposed
So
to
we
know it's
what
violence.
it means. We actually have one more thing. I just saw this, and this is our very own Jareem Richards, an athlete, our athlete. He is now expecting. So congratulations,
Jareem, the
we
dream.
wish that your significant other has a very safe delivery.
Oh wait, somebody else is expecting. Since
Who else
not
is
no young brother.
Oh, young brother
Young
is expecting.
brother.
as well.
Feeling.
Yes.
Well, you're gonna know the back.
Listen, I love young brother. I just say it. He's a whole vibe. You know?
I know
Yes,
he's a
he
vibe.
is.
I've seen it on social media.
Especially when he gets excited about a new track that he's building.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love that energy
Vibes.
is on
He has the energy,
a
yes.
thousand. So congrats to young brother.
Yeah.
That's
Fire
it.
Wolfman said. Fire Wolfman said this week's IGT was wild. Love it.
You
Yes,
see?
Fire
We can be wild
Wolfman.
sometimes. Don't get twisted.
That was
Happy
me,
seconds.
and I'm not sorry.
So that's it, Debbie.
That is it.
Wrap up your segment.
And with that, we wrap. Let's talk trends. Please.
Guys, one more very quick break. Well, two more quick breaks, but we will be back with the lovely licks once more with the Startup Spot, our newest segment, business segment at that. Keep it locked right here on Island Girl Talk at OURradio.fm.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
A subsidiary of Eastern Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited, EPL Properties Limited has been a steadfast presence since 2002. Anchoring EPL's triumphs are 5 vibrant revenue-generating business units. EPL Events. Nestled along the Eastern Main Road St. Joseph, La Jolla Complex boasts enchanting venues. From the grand Eric Williams Auditorium to the versatile Ed Garcia Gymnasium and Poolside, and the intimate courtyard and garden gazebo. EPL Properties Facilities Management Unit ensures smooth operations for medium to large businesses, custodial care, construction, and projects. Behold the gem at La Jolla, exquisite executive suites like the Opal Aqua Terra, Turquoise, and Sapphire. Discover our sporting complex, a sanctuary for health and fitness enthusiasts. Embrace activities from weightlifting to swimming. EPL Properties Limited, enhancing people's lives.
We are back. Yes, it's your Island Girls. I am Lex.
I'm Crystal Kane.
I'm Kamba Joe.
And we are going to have a conversation very briefly about some financial tips for a startup spot, which is a brand new segment that would assist persons who are starting up a small business.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So the very first tip that I have for you all, it is to make sure and pay yourself. That is a very important part of having a small business, for you to see, returns, just to make sure that you made some sort of profit or compensation for yourself. That's very important.
So like if you're an employee of your own business,
Correct.
pay yourself like an employee.
Be sure to pay yourself. Invest in your growth. You must put back into your business in order for you to see some sort of growth opportunities.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, do not be afraid of loans. I know loans sound scary. They do, because it feels as though
I don't like
you're
loans,
just owing. So I know that it feels like that, but it does help you build a healthy credit score. And it also does give you an influx of capital so that you don't have to search or seek capital to continue to let your business run smoothly. And also have a good billing strategy and monitor your books. Have someone who can possibly assist you if you're not too sure about how to properly monitor your books.
Like invoicing and
Have
that kind of thing. An accountant.
Taxation, almost in a sense.
Yeah. And set up good financial habits. Plan and make sure that you have good financial habits. I think that's a very important one as well.
I think to maybe even any habits, plan, but also measure. So, it's, when I think of loans, it's like, oh my God, but it makes sense, right?
It
You use
does.
the bank money, not yours.
Yes.
But then measure what's happening with your finances so that you know how you need to expand, pivot, reduce.
What you can and cannot do.
Correct is right. And really, really measure it, because you may grow, but also you may contract, you may shrink.
Yes.
And I feel like that's a big piece of what I fear maybe about going into business, or stuff that you just don't know, and stuff that you see people with failed, or people whose businesses may not have worked out. I don't ever like to just say failed. But those who have challenges and then the hot water and that kind of stuff happen. So okay, next one.
I feel like a real cool one is or important one is regular reviewing of prices. You understand? Constantly keep on top of that, like for your expenses and that
all
kind
part
of thing.
of measuring, I think. Yeah.
So
for
that's
sure.
I like to break it down, like for somebody in a bakery or something.
Yeah.
You know, the prices of flour may go up, it may go down, may
Your
influence
materials.
your prices of your products.
Yeah,
So-
because
And
then
your competitors.
exactly, because that's going to affect or impact what your price point could be for your product and service. So market, you have to know your market too.
Correct is
You have to know who's in, who's out, what they're doing, what are the I want to say the look ahead moment, but it's basically the future.
Yeah.
What are the there we go, trends. Early indicators.
Yeah.
So 5 quick financial tips. We good with that?
Yes, we are. See, simple,
Yes,
easy. If you want more information, the internet is always there.
Google is your friend. Indeed. Wrap it up, Maddox.
All right, and with that, we wrap the startup spots.
All right, guys, we on the home stretch, home stretch. Keep it locked right here to Island Girl Talk on our radio.fm. We'll be right back with the lovely Kemba Joe and the Empowerment Minute.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
A subsidiary of Eastern Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited, EPL Properties Limited has been a steadfast presence since 2002. Anchoring EPL's triumphs are 5 vibrant revenue-generating business units. EPL Events, Nestled along the eastern main road St. Joseph, La Jolla Complex boasts enchanting venues. From the grand Eric Williams Auditorium to the versatile Ed Garcia Gymnasium and Poolside, and the intimate courtyard and garden gazebo. EPL Properties Facilities Management Unit ensures smooth operations for medium to large businesses, custodial care, construction, and projects. Behold the gem at La Jolla, exquisite executive suites like the Opal Aqua Terra, Turquoise, and Sapphire. Discover our sporting complex, a sanctuary for health and fitness enthusiasts. Embrace activities from weightlifting to swimming. EPL Properties Limited, enhancing people's lives.
Welcome back, y'all, to Island Girl Talk. It's your Island Girls. I am Kemba Joe.
I am Lex.
I'm Crystal Kane.
What a ride. Yep. I was in the chat. That's why I was like, oh, it's time. And Fire Wolfman, of course, his last comment is, it was wild. It was a wild ride, but we loved it. We had our topic of the day, which it's all about gentleness. You know, why be gentle? And then, of course, how to be gentle. We welcomed an amazing woman blazing the trail, all about immigration and the services of UP.R.O. with the beautiful Khalees Williams.
Indeed.
And, she then stayed on for the hot box for Sip and Spill. Tossed a couple of questions out there. Congrats again to our winner, Miss York, Janelle York, right?
Yes.
For her Caribbean hamper, we've been doing giveaways and we've got a couple more. So always be sure that you keep it locked every single Wednesday to Island Girl Talk. We did trends. We found out what's happening with people's futures. We introduced our startup spot segment. But now it's time for the Empowerment Minute. Woosa, woosa.
Yes, it feels good because Kemba's hair.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
All right. So it's tied up nice. Today's episode was a gift. Every episode is a gift. Being able to share with these ladies is a gift. And so leaving this little nugget with you today, a gentle word, a kind look, and a good-natured smile can work wonders and accomplish miracles.
Fantastic.
This was said by William Hazlitt, and I'll say it again for those in the back. A gentle word, a kind look, and a good-natured smile can work wonders and accomplish miracles. You know, we talk about gentleness. We talked about the whys, and I felt like it was really, really relevant. So that's the nugget.
Lovely.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's it, babe.
That's it.
Do your due diligence.
And with that, we wrap
the Empowerment Minutes. Guys, as always, we want to thank you all for always sticking with us throughout the show. We love doing this show for you all so much, and we appreciate you all and all who appreciate it as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to be here again next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. We're growing from strength to strength. Like Lick said, same time, same place, with another fantastic, engaging, insightful show for you all. The aim here is to educate, empower, entertain, and have fun. Yes? Island Girl Talk, where women are free to simply be unapologetically. Keep it classy, guys.
Keep it cute.
And keep it sassy.
Bye.
Bye.
Rough change and rough and then all that's raw. Born in the hills with the car grows up. Step on the floor, everything raw. See first set by the age of 5. So every Friday man knocking glass. Pour some out for the ones so fast. All their ones are the ones in dust. Walk a close, we sneaking cross. Babylon their energy gone fast. We don't like them, cause they don't like us. One eye open, that's law. Old school rule like diamonds are. I'm gonna make every day that's law. Old school rep like a brand new craft. Shot where you see and saw. Informer get better up like wrong yesterday boy, them no skylock. Don't play thing if you know you're not. Best be normal, don't try that. Thing not normal, don't try that. no skylark. Don't play thing if you know you're not. Best be normal, don't try that. Thing not normal, don't try that. Rough church, rough and all that's rough. Yeah, get eased up, cause the thing they rough. Bill going up and the food no loss. No friends and tried and lost. Gone by the system force. Friday man knocking glass. Pour some out for the ones so fast. All they want for the corner flask. Keep that waka close with the snake and cross. Babylon there with the blue light flash. Middle like gun car, then I like us. Sleep one eye open car. Old school rule like diamond socks. Humble and make us survive out here. Machine rubber like brand new cars. Don't chat with your see and saw. Informer get. No skylark, don't play thing if you know you're not. Best be normal, don't try that. Thing not normal, don't try that. Yeah, see the boy them do skylark. Don't play thing if you know you're not. Best be normal, don't try that. Thing not normal, don't try that. Normal, don't try that. Don't try that. Normal, don't try that. Thing not normal, don't try that. Rough change, rough and all that's wrong.